Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 506.
Fresh out of the bathroom, folks. I gave the Turd-Achilles a spin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not to start the show just being crass right out of the gate.
Too late.
It was nothing but farts, so it wasn't a proper test. I went in there and I cut the cheese, as my father would have said, a bunch of times. But Butler walked in there, Sam walked in there. What'd you guys think?
Smells like a high-end groom room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine.
It smells like a barbershop. It's good. Yeah. It smells like a fancy barbershop.
Pretty sure we have the only business in which the boss is like, I farted a bunch of times. I sprayed this chemical in here. Employees, come smell it.
No. I think every business is like that.
I'm glad I don't really work here.
But are you?
Do you know how many people have actually said that, including me or Tom? Welcome to the show, guys. It's show number, 506?
Yep.
506 of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, but that's not the big news today. The big news today is it's Samantha's Semantics 2-year anniversary party.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I made it 2 years.
You made it 2 years. How do you feel like, I mean, obviously we're the, I'm not saying this in any way to be rude. Tom probably would, but we are the bigger show.
Well, yeah.
And we've been at it a lot longer, but I'm very proud of you, man.
Thank you.
2 years, and plus I did your show. I've seen your studio. Their setup is phenomenal.
I've done her show.
It's nice, right?
Has anybody else in this room done her show?
No.
I won't do it.
Tom conveniently plans a trip every time I invite him.
It's a waste of my time.
Oh my God! I told you. What did I say? What did I say?
I'm gonna get you on there, and it's gonna be bad.
I don't know
Maybe
what
we
that
could do a
means.
show at his house.
I'm not going over there.
A show at his house?
First of all, I've never even been invited over there. Second
You've
of all,
never been to his house?
No.
For one of his infamous turquoise pool
Never
parties?
get invited. He
I
says, you
invite
don't want to
you.
go.
Oh, come on.
I think he's afraid to invite you because he knows once you go over there, he's gonna not be able to look at you in a bikini or something.
Come on.
No, the only
No,
time,
I'm dead serious.
The only time he invited me over is when he wanted to, quote, teach me how to scuba dive.
Yeah, I know what that means. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the snorkel in your mouth.
Yeah.
Still gotta do that.
Oh, I gotta weight you down because you got 2 big floaties.
Once I'm done with my my backyard project, we're gonna do the Twitch
Dude,
scuba diver.
you've been working on the backyard project longer than we've been podcasting.
I-4.
Yeah.
It is.
That's the funniest thing
Yeah,
I've
he's
ever
working on a
said.
building
Oh,
off
no.
of I-4 too.
Oh,
I just
it's a Castleberry eyesore.
I just text the company putting.
The Castleberry yard scary.
Actually, Castleberry is an eyesore.
How dare you?
Oh, God. Don't search how many sex offenders in
Don't.
Castleberry. By the way. We did that too.
It's not good.
My God, it lit up like a Christmas tree. Like I was like, "What is this? It's a Mannheim steamroller." Here. Here are more sex offenders.
Anyway, I just text the company putting in my screen enclosure, and I was like, I want to do LED lights.
Yeah, because nothing makes
so
it
I can
look
change. So I can make it a club back there, and then they're like, "Oh, you got to get a permit. You got to get the city involved." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So
What did you
I'm
want?
just gonna
Just-
get Bracken to get up there with a ladder, and staple some lights up there.
I live in the county. There's no rules in the county.
In what county?
Orange County.
I thought there was more rules in Orange County.
No rules in the county.
Not if you're not in, like, the city
Orlando.
That's what I
proper.
mean. I'm in unincorporated Orange
Yeah,
County.
it's
Do
the
what
best.
you want. Build fences,
Hold
build
on,
additions. They
in
don't
what,
care.
what area
No
of town?
fences. That's an excellent Dixie Chick song.
In what area are we
I
looking
live
at it?
right next to College Park, but I technically don't live in College Park.
Oh
'cause I
God,
live
you're just like
downtown.
Tom. Why? Look, just wherever you live is where you live. There's no, but it's close. No, that doesn't count.
Oh, I know the outskirts of College Park are worse than they
are.
That's where I live.
In the outskirts of
Oh, my
Maitland.
God.
Yeah,
We call it an up-and-coming area. There actually was a police raid on a house like across the street from where I live.
Oh, yeah.
Tom used to deal with those.
Do you have a Pelican convenience store near you? That's a bad sign.
There is a convenience store called Star Discount. Or
No,
something like
that's the worst.
I was you had no idea that you
World
were,
Star, anything Star.
you
Silver
that.
Star.
I live on top of Silver
No.
Star.
No!
Oh my God!
Never
Never
Star.
the stars.
Yeah.
You had no idea that when you said was there a Pelican gas station that he is the Pelican man
Yeah, you're
of
right.
the show.
Yeah.
You're right.
Are we doing a Pelican report today?
We'll see.
Should we get this?
Stay tuned.
Should we get this kicked off properly with a shot
Yes.
of Rebecca Creek, Texas Ranger whiskey? Here we go, guys. Let's fire them up. Raise your glass.
In the eyes of a ranger, the unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you. Any wrong you do, he's gonna see.
Who knew he could sing, Chuck Norris?
When you're in Texas, look behind you. 'Cause that's
Kinda
where
talk
the ranger's gonna be.
All right, here's to the kisses we snatch and vice versa. Rock and roll 90210.
They're getting shorter and more creepy.
I had to think about that one a little bit. Well, if it's shorter, you can't really mess it up, right?
Touche.
That's true.
I mean, they are getting creepier though. It's getting to a point where you're going to be like, raping, not bad.
I'll have to leave the show on that one.
I agree with you. Luckily, there's another podcast somewhere in Baldwin Park who is looking
That's true.
for a producer / admin assistant. It's a Craigslist ad that my wife found. I think I printed it out. It's on the printer. Well, we can talk about it later, but...
Oh, yeah, Butler came in. They're sweating. He's like, "Are you? Did you post
something you need to tell me?"
I
got you a salad 6 times this week.
Anyway, God, I was just about to say something, and then that Rebecca Creek shot took it right out of the way. You can get Rebecca Creek products at ABC Fine Wine and Liquor Store.
He's wasted.
Fine line.
And a fine line
There's
between
another one
wasted
right
and
here.
not
Tom, there's
wasted.
another drink right here. You want that one,
It's
too.
a fine line.
Double down, buddy.
It's Friday.
I'll also promote our new White Claw contest. If you post, everybody knows about Claw Me, the hashtag Claw Me.
Yes, sir.
Basically, drink some White Claw, take a picture of you drinking some White Claw, and for the month of February, it ends February 28th, we're going to be picking a couple people to actually come to a White Claw party. We're going to have in studio. We're going to record it. It's going to be,
Ain't nothing but a White Claw party.
free White Claw to all
Tits
our
out
guests. So you could win
Jesus.
for you and a
That
guest.
is not guaranteed, by the way.
For you and a guest can win the White Claw invitation to the White Claw party. Just use hashtag ClawMe and take a picture of White Claw and put it out on social media. We'll
Be
find it.
creative.
What does the party entail?
Don't talk about it.
No?
Well, so
I just
far
told you, Bus.
it's you'll get to be on the show in some way or fashion, and then also
So where's the prize?
how dare you? Just because you come in here and you are disillusioned by this.
I've never had somebody get more comfortable with the show faster than Bustager.
I got nothing to lose,
I think
really.
the second time
You're
he
right.
was in here, just because, exactly, because you have no, because you're sort of like us. We're like, we don't have a real
Whatever,
job.
I've been fired by other jobs.
Yeah, he just
I don't give a
he come in here
shit.
like, fuck you guys, I'm a goddamn Bustager.
I'll find 10 more projects to do if I get fired.
Here's something really cool that we got going and we haven't done in a while. We do have a Porky's meetup next Friday, February 8th at 7 p.m. That's going to be a lot of fun.
It's their 16-year anniversary that night?
Holy
Oh,
shit,
really?
I did not.
Steve just posted that.
The Tom and
That's exciting.
Danwich is still in effect. Have you had the Tom and
I have
Danwich?
not.
Oh, boss.
Is it a meetup or a meetup?
Meat.
It's
Yeah,
meat,
yeah.
M-E-A-T. But
Alright,
the
I
Tom
like
and Danwich, double garlic bread, all the meats. Oh, my God.
yeah,
You put it in the triple X sauce.
Yeah, come by.
I think it's gonna have the margarita bar out, so come on by.
Free giveaways.
Still don't understand why Steve bought a margarita bar, but I'm not going to argue with
Slinging
him.
He's used it 10,000 times.
Yeah.
He's got his money
that
worth.
motherfucker parties.
Yeah,
dude.
he does.
The first time I met Steve, he just kept handing me Yinglings. He's like, here, have a beer. Here, have a beer. Here, have a beer. I'm like, dude, how are you going to make any money? You're just handing me beers.
Actually, you know what? Before we do mail on mail, let's talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to do a live.
We're giving away a trip to the Super Bowl.
This
Not this year. Settle down. Soon.
Yeah. 2028.
28.
Yeah.
Oof.
So we're going to be doing a Super Bowl broadcast on Twitch. And what that entails is just we'll be watching the Super Bowl. We're not broadcasting, obviously, but we'll broadcast ourselves watching the Super Bowl and commenting and gambling and getting drunk. And
Other
if
things.
you saw it last
Maybe we'll
year,
take
it's
some
a
calls
miss.
and Tom can yell at you.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, we will be taking calls.
And yelling,
for-
caller, where you at?
I love it when we do calls live during the Super Bowl because people they're so aggro. Check in from your party. If you're having a party, we
Yeah.
want you to call in, check in. It was so much fun last year. Bus, if you want to stop by, I don't know what if
Whose
you have
house
plans.
is it at?
It's right here in the
Yeah.
studio.
Oh, right
in the
here.
studio.
Oh,
We're
okay.
right here, brother.
All right.
And we're going to have Juan, I think, is providing us with some food.
Some type of snacks.
If not, I was going to order you guys tamales and moss, but Juan's already got it taken care
Yeah.
of. But I would encourage everybody to go get tamales because that was my original plan. But Juan says he's got it taken care of, so we are good.
So you could just tune in our Twitch channel and just hang out. It's kind of a way for us to all watch the Super Bowl together because, everybody most likely will be watching it.
Juan
Sunday.
said, "Can we also get tamales?" I mean, I guess I can. The deal is, what is it? 20 tamales for $50?
I
It's a
think
great
so,
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
killer
Jesse lost his mind because they're all handmade and hand rolled by he and his wife. He's insane.
deal. Oh, I still have some in my freezer.
Oh, I ate all mine, man. I steam them up good. You get the veggie steamer and you put the tamales in it. You steam for like 20 minutes, and they're just like they're fresh.
Since we're talking about the Super Bowl, Bustecker, have you ever bet on the Super Bowl before?
Probably. I don't think so. Not really. I'm not really a betting man like you are.
Well, I mean, it makes it more fun, and famously during the Super Bowl, what?
Twitch bitch BDM, who's been a huge supporter, says that you just invited Bustecker, but told EJ there was no room.
Don't talk about it.
Don't bring it up.
I like how we are just
Well, to
selecting.
be fair, Bustecker is, he takes up less space than EJ.
Whoa, shit.
Get him.
That's so fucked up. All right.
But during the Super Bowl, they release tons of prop bets.
Yes.
Every year, everybody talks about it. I know it's probably fucked out already because every morning show in the country talks about it, but we're going to too. But I bet they don't bet as much as I do on this, and I will be betting a lot of money on this year's Super Bowl, and a lot of them will be props because God, the actual game itself, I have no idea. I can't even. I start thinking like if Todd Gurley plays 100%, they're the better team. They're gonna win. Then I go back and forth. I'm like, Tom Brady's been here fucking.
You want my prediction?
How many times already? 8.
He's
plus?
Brady bring
8,
it home
yeah.
again.
I mean, it makes sense. He got them. Belichick's been in like 14.
He's
Super
Mr.
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
There's nobody that knows the Super Bowl better than Belichick.
Yeah. I mean,
And it's going to happen again. It's just going down.
Well,
And all of you guys that hate Tom Brady, and look, I can definitely put myself in that category because I watched him dismantle my Falcons. But I don't hate on Brady. I do think he's the best that's ever been.
now hold on.
100% agree. That.
A lot of people, because I research a lot about this, and a lot of people have been talking about if you go back and look at the past 8 Super Bowls that New England's been in, of course, they lost the 2 Super Bowls against the Giants, and then they lost last year against the Eagles.
Yeah.
But even
They're not going to lose this year.
even the ones they won, think about it, against Seattle, if Malcolm Butler didn't intercept that ball in the end zone and they would have run Marshawn Lynch for that 1 yard or whatever.
If we'd have run on third. that's a whole different Super Bowl.
Well,
you know, instead of having Matt Ryan throw up a fucking goose egg.
Well, okay, so let's look at it this way: if that play doesn't happen at the end of the Seattle game, Seattle wins, and Atlanta was winning 28-3 going into the fourth quarter, whatever it was. I mean, a lot of things had to happen for New England to even win or be in that game. So then if you're like, oh, okay, if you take those and switch those two, endings of those games, then now, I mean, New England's made it that many times, but they haven't won as much. So it's going to be a close game. So I don't know who's going to win. I'm not betting on that. But
well, you heard it here first, folks. It's going to be a close game, and Tom doesn't know who's going to win.
But I'll let you
Back to you, Tom.
I'll let you guys talk about some of the props because you could bet on things that have nothing to do with the game, including, and this is a famous prop bet, but will the Gladys Knight singing the national anthem, will it go over 1 minute and 49 seconds or under 1 minute and 49 seconds?
It will certainly go over.
I think over.
The past 10.
Well,
I
she's
think
an older woman, number one, so just singing is harder for them. And number two, she's a bit of a diva, and she's going to stretch it out and really show her patriotism. So yeah, it will be over.
So that's minus 145. So I could bet $145 to win 100. So that's a guarantee. All right,
can we bet that?
Oh yeah,
lock that in now.
All right,
over.
Lock it in. Next, that's a term that
I got
actually
some prop bets too. Just all
right.
that Andrea sent.
Well, I'll ask Samantha this because she's only we got two females in the room, but she's the one on the mic. Will Gladys Knight be wearing a skirt, dress, or gown to sing the national anthem?
Gown.
What about
She's going all out.
What's going to be cold?
Is it out? But it's inside.
It's indoor.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
It's
Never mind.
in Atlanta.
What about fancy bedazzled pantsuit?
It's going to be like rhinestone, shimmery.
Yeah.
No, like, can she bet on this or not?
Yeah, of course she can. Why couldn't
Well,
she?
the thing is,
What are they going to do?
Somebody knows what she's wearing.
They wouldn't know, but they would never know if she's betting on it.
With these prop bets, they don't let you bet that much.
Oh, okay.
So no matter what, it's not like you could bet 100,000. Because of course there's a lot of people that know.
Yeah.
So I bet you there's probably a $100 limit.
Okay.
I'm going off a offshore online site.
Of course.
Bovada.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting one. I was gonna bet this last year. But I didn't end up doing it, and I didn't keep track of what it was. But last year they had this prop as well. How many Donald Trump tweets will there be on
from him?
Yeah, from him on that day.
Okay.
And
wait, does that day start at at
midnight?
Yeah.
It start at
It's the
midnight.
24-hour
I'm
period.
gonna say
It doesn't have to be about the Super Bowl either.
14 tweets.
I say like 6. It's a Sunday, day off,
It
probably
is
in
Sunday.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, but he loves the Twitter, man. He goes hard.
I'm sure with the
And he's
NFL.
You know why?
Probably going to say a lot about the NFL.
You know why I think he tweets a lot? And I'm being real here, and this has nothing to do with politics. I think he takes a lot of shits.
I think he's just bored.
He's got that big, lumpy white ass. I think he takes a lot of
McDonald's shits.
Yeah. Oh, big fish fillation.
The over-under is 6 on that. So you can bet over 6 at minus 140.
Over 6 for sure.
Or under 6 at even. Now, last year, now that I'm looking at this, I believe it went under last year.
He likes the Patriots because he likes Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
Also,
well,
the
last
name,
year, the Patriots and the Eagles played, and it went under. But it may be ramped
Wait till he
up this
changes
year.
the name of the team to the Nationalists.
Oh, God.
There's another Gladys Knight. Will she omit a word from the national anthem?
She's a fucking pro, dude.
Nah,
Gladys
she
Knight.
got it.
Yeah.
Gladys Knight is as good as it gets. I do think it's an older choice. I'm not sure I agree with it, but you can't take away the fact that she's a fucking legend.
Yeah. If you bet no, it's minus 500.
Do you guys remember Midnight Train to Georgia?
Yeah.
With Gladys Knight and the Pips?
Is she from Atlanta? Is that why
I believe
she's
so,
singing?
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I think so.
I went to Gladys Knight's.
Andre.
I went to me and Andrea the first time we went to Atlanta, and we kind of fell in love with the city because I just love it. I think the people are amazing in Atlanta. We went to Gladys Knight's Chicken and Waffles.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing, my God.
You could bet the color of the liquid
color
poured on
of
the
Gladys
coach.
Knight.
No.
Yeah, that's good. White. Lock it.
Will any team take a knee during the national anthem? There's no way, right?
I think that's the last year.
Not during the
You're not
Super
really
Bowl.
seeing so much.
Not during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, if you took the yes, it's plus 300. So you bet 100, you could win 300 if someone does. But no one's going.
What?
to.
All you
it
need
just
is
one
one person?
Will any player take
Oh,
a knee.
I would take
yeah,
that.
I'm in
I
on
would
that.
take
I'll
that.
throw 100 on that.
Now, it's hard to prove, though, because unless you're there, like...
Oh, no, that'll get reported. If
You're right,
somebody, if
yeah,
one
yeah.
person takes a knee, they'll report that.
Yeah,
Do you think
They might not show
No,
it.
but
keep them in the locker room?
You guys are
so,
also
yeah.
missing an obvious factor here. Is if somebody does that, that's going to take Trump's tweets.
That's what that's why
That's
I was
right.
thinking
Up,
that,
up.
yeah.
You could parlay with that and Trump's tweets.
You know what? I might get into this betting thing, but I'll be on the other side.
That's what I'm telling
You're kind
you.
of hooking me in here, Captain Tom.
So that's a good parlay.
I almost called you Turd Khalees for
So-
some reason. I'm so sorry.
If you do yes, a player will take a knee at plus 300, then parlay it with the over 6 on Trump tweets. Now we're talking big money. Next up,
You're
look
so cute when you're gambling.
at what will Tony Romo be doing at the start of the 2019 NFL season. You could bet that he'll still be a TV analyst. He'll be playing in the NFL. That's ridiculous.
is he?
Well, he's
not that old.
He's probably in his late
38?
30s,
36?
maybe 40.
Yeah.
But
He's being applauded for his his performance
yeah,
now,
yeah.
so I don't see why
He's a
he'd go away.
he's a
He's
wonderful
great analyst.
broadcaster.
they're already
Yeah.
reporting that he'll his
play prediction.
He should take.
He'll be
He should just
double.
take over for everybody. He's likable. He's funny.
You could bet if Tony Romo.
38.
Oh man, we nailed it.
You could bet if Tony Romo will predict a play in the Super Bowl. But yeah, everybody is giving him a lot of props for how good he is. But you could say he's going to be a defensive coordinator, coach, or offensive coordinator. I mean, the easiest one is TV analyst. That's negative 500.
I feel like that's the
lot of money
easiest
in that,
job
too.
out of those,
Yeah.
right?
What will Adam Levine be wearing a hat at the halftime show?
No.
Absolutely
No,
not.
I don't think so.
He prides himself on not only having good hair but switching it up. He'll bleach it. He'll poof it. He'll slick it, and then he'll get like one of those like hipster haircuts. Absolutely.
Are they from Atlanta? Or are they just Maroon 5?
No, I don't believe so.
Look at this bet. Will Billy McFarland be caught selling counterfeit tickets during the
in
Super Bowl?
prison.
I know. This is ridiculous. It's no is minus 10,000. This is ridiculous. Yes is plus 2,500.
People are giving you money now, Purple Diamonds. They want you to take this money and then bet it.
That's what I want. Please tip me because I need more money to bet on
Oh
this.
my God, you're like the ugliest cam girl
And-
with the worst personality.
And last but not least,
Please tip me. That's supposed to bring some sex into it. Man.
they have odds on the Puppy Bowl.
Oh.
So
If
first,
you hold on.
Wait, are we gonna watch that too? Let's watch that.
we can watch it on
Did
the
you have to
Other-
say it in a cute elf voice?
Yes.
Are there bets that we can make on the Puppy Bowl?
Oh yeah. I'll
Oh,
tell you.
there
There's
you
a
go.
bunch. Here,
Look, Busticker's all in on the
I'm
puppy
just saying,
ball.
Bus
I
Tiger
think
knows
he's going to
puppies.
be in on it if you can bet on it.
Okay, here.
The only puppy ball I like is when my wife's tits are fighting my face.
First bet: will a puppy attempt to mate during the Puppy
No.
Bowl?
Oh my God.
Yes is
They
plus
would
600.
cut it out.
Yeah.
They don't show- it's for children.
They don't go in a heat at that.
Yeah,
age.
plus it's pre-recorded, right? It's not live.
But they may throw that in there. But you're
Oh,
right.
look at this puppy really pumping the other puppy.
Look at his red dick.
Oh, God. Put it in. Put it in.
Will the MVP of the Puppy Bowl be purebred or mixed breed?
No, they're always purebred, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think. No, I thought they got like dogs
Chocolate
from
No, nobody wants to see
shelters
that.
and stuff.
Shelter
now.
They
dogs.
probably- yeah.
Shelter
Maybe.
dogs are disgusting. Nobody wants to see
Lumpy.
that. Yeah, they're gross. Their eyeballs are weird.
It says
Like weird googly eyes. It looks like those eyeballs you used to put on the ones you glue on things.
we could bet on the age of the MVP of Puppy Bowl, over 17 and a half weeks old or under. This is fucking ridiculous.
Oh,
Last,
my wife checking in from the Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. She says they got them from shelters. Well, now you know why people don't watch Puppy Bowl.
Do you think they get adopted real quick after Puppy Bowl?
Oh,
I'm sure
of course.
they
That's a
do.
famous
Oh,
dog
yeah.
now.
Oh, I want that one. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, I'm making jokes and being shitty, but I would want one.
Yeah.
If somebody said, hey, dude, I got this, this puppy was on Puppy Ball, I'd be like,
MVP.
I'd buy it right now.
What's the difference between that one and the other one?
It's a great story, Bustegger. It's like I can tell all my friends, like, oh, this guy right here, Jackson, my dog here, he's been in a Puppy Bowl 2019.
You're bragging on the Puppy Bowl.
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you?
Pelican
You
would
mean
do
to
that
tell
anyway.
me
I mean, you
at
can
one
just-
of your world famous, bonfire barbecues, which I have yet to attend. You mean
Tactical just donated 2,000 teal diamonds for Ada Lovelace, Boston Shih Tzu Puppy Bowl MVP.
You got to do it. You got to do it.
Write it
I'm
down.
pretty sure this is illegal.
The
but,
dog's name is Ada Lovelace. And, write it down.
Okay.
And we'll use our own money. It's just a suggestion. I'll throw that out there.
Last but not least, the winning team of Puppy Bowl. Will it be Team Rough or Team Puff?
Obviously rough.
Yeah, no, Puff all the way.
Oh, no, wrong team.
I got stuff like total times Roger Goodell will be shown.
Yep, yeah.
Will Donald Trump take part in pregame interview on CBS? The first song performed at the halftime show, and then they give a list. Moves like Jagger, This Is Love, She Will Be Loved, Sugar, Payphone, Sunday Morning, One More Night. How many commercials will have a dog in it?
You got to come in hot. If you're
So what do you think? Moves like Jagger?
Hold on, it might be.
Or the one with Cardi B. You think Cardi B will be surprised? Because they got that song with her.
Yeah.
And she's hot right now.
I can see that happen.
Although she's been talking a lot of shit about Donald Trump, so they probably won't have her there. And then which soft drink brand commercial will air first, Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
I'm going to go Pepsi.
Oh, but they're in Atlanta where Coke's at.
That's true.
That's
Coke
true.
World.
Wow. Well done. Fist bump.
Oh, we'll bet on that one. They have the odds there?
I'm going through the hottest Maroon 5
Yeah, they
songs
do.
on Spotify currently because, they're always updated. Girls Like You, the one you're talking about featuring Cardi B.
Yeah.
What Lovers Do. She Will Be Loved is the third most
slow.
popular. Sugar. This Love is number 5. 6 is Map. 7 is Payphone. 8 is Don't Want to Know. 9 is Moves Like Jagger. And then 10 is another remix of Girls Like You. I'm going to say they start with...
Is anyone excited about Maroon 5?
I think Moves Like
being-
Jagger. I'm not excited about it, but I'm not anti it because I
I
like
don't-
Maroon
I
5.
don't
Seems
really
like
like
it's going to
them.
be
I have
like
no
meh.
problem
They
with
just
Maroon
all
5.
sound like car commercials to me.
The first album
I saw
that
them at Jazz Fest and
songs
they were
about
okay.
Jane or whatever, that was a great album. That still holds up, man. You revisit it, it's like it's all hits. But after that, they kind of fell
Doesn't
off.
seem like it'd be Super Bowl worthy, though.
Exactly.
You know?
they sell.
I
I mean,
want
they
big
do
and
well.
I mean, they've
extravagant-
sold enough albums.
I know, but I want like big extravagant performance. I don't want
So you want
Maroon
performer,
5.
not necessarily musician. What if
Yeah.
John Mayer did it? You're going to say no to that, right?
Not necessarily.
I thought
So
he
John
was
Mayer-
He's
there.
a good,
I
he's
thought
a
he
good
did do it one
showman.
year.
Well, the problem is,
I think
that's
maybe
part of
he might have
something.
been a part, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's ever been. He
No.
has enough hits to do it himself if he really wanted to.
True.
I believe the Super Bowl you have to actually pay to actually play. It's not they're actually being offered. I think there's an actual
no,
payment.
they're getting paid.
Oh, I
No,
thought,
yeah,
no,
I
I
think
thought
they
they
actually
didn't. I
paid.
thought
No,
they didn't
no.
get paid at all.
God,
They're
everybody
getting
has a
paid.
different answer. We've got paid, don't look and then we've got like
Well,
Samantha can look it
like
up. I'm
literally
Pretty sure
they
they
get
say,
nothing.
yeah,
for
you
doing
get
it.
exposure and that's it.
I mean, it was a
That's it.
gigantic commercial.
Yeah.
But, like
Oh, Owen from Ono Radio Show's in the chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. He says, Big Boy, because Big Boy from Outkast will be performing. They already confirmed that.
Oh, really?
Okay, so I'm excited now because I love Atlanta rap. I'll have my ATL hat on, representing Big Boy and Outkast, and him performing with Maroon 5.
Well, it says they don't pay him.
If they start doing a straight up Outkast song or like a clip of it at least, I'll literally shit my pants.
here's a
What's the
weird.
over-under on you shitting your pants?
I mean, every day it's very high percentage.
Yes, minus 3,000. But it says, what will the Super Bowl champions be served when they visit the White House? And it's either fast food or any other food.
Hamburgers.
Fast food at plus 215. No way he serves fast
He ain't
food
gonna do
again.
it again.
No.
He took a lot of heat.
Yeah, no way. But you could bet $330 to win 100.
Next
that seems
time,
like a guarantee.
next time
right?
it'll be like bring your own sack lunch.
Ecto cooler.
Also, hey, don't fuck with Ecto Cooler. That shit's delicious.
This is a bizarre prop. Will Mark Wahlberg attend the game and leave early? Yes.
The answer to that is
plus 550.
absolutely yes.
And minus at or no at minus 1,000.
That's
But
two things that have to happen. He has to be there and leave early.
Yeah.
Most people leave the Super Bowl early though.
Yeah. But also, does Mark Wahlberg go to every Super Bowl? Like, why would they
Well, the
randomly
Patriots.
add this?
It's the Patriots.
Yeah.
New
Oh,
England.
yeah. 'cause
Yeah,
of
he's from Boston.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, you didn't pick.
smart.
Yeah,
Nah.
okay. That whiskey's getting you.
Well, I guess maybe he's been at every single other the past 8 Super Bowls New England's been in. What about will Rob Gronkowski retire after the game?
He's pretty beat up,
think
is he
so.
not?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it'd
I
be.
think it's his final
I think it'd
year.
be a smart move
The
for
odds
him.
are against it. If you say yes, it's plus 450. So that leads me to believe that Vegas knows he will not.
Are they gonna keep leaning on him though? Because isn't he beat to shit?
He is beat to shit. Although I think people assume that he's more beat to shit than he actually is because
Belichick wants you to believe that because he's a fucking mastermind.
They barely used him during the year, and it seems like
I feel like he walks up to his players with that hoodie on. And he's like, "I need you to limp all the way home." You know, like he does these weird fucking mind games.
Yeah.
Like your theory about him changing up the way that they play in order to throw off tape is, I think you're right.
That 100% happens.
I think you're right.
They basically,
I think he tries new shit because he knows that they're going to get the tape, they're going to watch it, and then he goes back to what he knows works, and he fucking destroys people.
I mean, during the year, they barely use Gronkowski, and they tell Brady, whatever you do, don't take a hit, fucking throw it away, whatever. And you know, basically just, we know, and they're the AFC East, so they're the worst fucking division. They basically know they have a road to the playoffs every year because the Jets and the Bills and the Dolphins suck dick. So, like, they're like, okay, well, we could for sure be our conference champions because every other team sucks in our conference, and all we need to do is make the playoffs, then turn it on, fucking bring Gronkowski, old man Gronkowski out, and let Brady actually try his hardest, and we'll win the Super Bowl. But I think you're right. I don't know how you bet against the Patriots in this scenario. But like I said, it's going to be interesting because Sean McVay and the Rams, at least at the beginning of the year, look like the best team in the NFL. But anyway, we'll be watching this on Twitch, and I'll take all these bets, and I'll let you know on the Twitch broadcast which bets I took, so we can all follow
Will you take
along.
bets from the Twitch broadcast?
Oh, yeah.
If somebody says, I'll bet you whatever?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll be betting the everybody in the chat room personally. We'll do maybe some tattoo bets. It'll get crazy.
I've always wanted to do that. Are we doing mail on mail now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Hey guys, thanks for calling 1-800-HOT-DICK, the place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Mail on mail.
Mail on Mail, brought to you today by Johnny's Other Side, best burger in town. In fact, we told Carlos Mencia to go to go check out Johnny's and get the Real Man Burger. Still on the menu. Johnny's Other Side, $3 craft beers all day long. So, good place to watch the Super Bowl. Right there in Michigan.
Yes, sir. Samantha, would you like to start?
Sure. Have you guys ever gotten a product that you called the hotline for the questions or comments? Have you ever been so unsatisfied with your can of soup that you had to be that douche magoo that called in? Also, their hours are always insane, from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Do that many people call them?
Well, there's different time zones. If you live in California, it's going to be different than here. So they got to have a big range, right?
Yeah. And it's like a call center, but no, I mean, for me, I've never called and complained or called a company or done anything like that.
You've never? No, that's not true. You've never called the cable company to complain?
I've called because it was out or something like that, but
Yeah.
never because I just wasn't generally satisfied with my service or anything.
I did it with AT&T Uverse when they first
they screwed me.
When they first came into my neighborhood. Just the picture quality was so compressed and shitty that I called them to ask them why, and I had already kept it was Bright House at the time, so I kept my Bright House, and I was switching the cables back and forth to compare quality, and it was, I'm sure, maybe it's gotten better, I don't know, but at the time it was just terrible, and I called them, and they just were throwing money at me.
Really?
Like, here's 6 free months, blah, 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 okay, well, fair enough. Keep it a little bit longer, but I eventually just ended up, they did this thing where it's like, if you're not going to keep it, then just take all of your equipment and bundle it into a garbage bag and then just bring it by our offices. I'm like, really? That's your exit plan?
But who calls the back of a soup can or shit
old people. That's an old people thing.
Is it
yeah, right.
Or if there's what
kind of soup?
Purdue Chicken just had recalls because there was cardboard or something in their chicken nuggies. You call the back of the frozen chicken bag, right? And hey, there's random shit in your bag, or do you call the news?
You call the back of the chicken bag. You can call the back of my chicken bag.
You know what I'm saying? You call the number, right? Or do you call the news, or who do you call?
No, you don't call the news. You're elevating it too far.
Who do you call? When
and what is it?
like
is the
happens?
Cardboard inside of the nugget?
I don't know.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, I say that's not that bad either. It's not glass. It's cardboard. Eat it.
So I'll tell
chicken
you.
nugget.
So I've done that before. I can't remember the times I've done it. I know I did on my recent
You
bread.
look
My
like
bread
a guy
maker.
that-
I had to call the
Oh,
Oster company because
my
it wasn't
God.
working. I had to take it back, and they didn't help me at all. But there was a story. It reminds me of a story when I was working at the Orlando Sentinel. There was a woman who she lived out in Mims, and she called the Chef Boyardee company because she found a spider in her ravioli.
Oh.
And so they talked to her, but they wouldn't do anything. So eventually she called the Orlando Sentinel, and somehow I got on the story, and they sent me out there. Sure enough, this woman found
This is John Bustecker live at the scene where an old crazy woman has found a spider in her beefaroni.
It was. I mean, there's a video. If you go online, I think the video is still online.
Oh, fuck it. I
So-
pray to God I don't even believe.
I'm pretty sure it is. And so I went out to this woman's house, and she had saved the spider in a Tupperware
But how do we
container.
know it came out of the can?
She says it did.
Of course she did.
I don't remember what I wrote. I don't remember what she told me, but I think that eventually the Chef Boyardee people did offer her like
Unlimited
coupon-
supply
yeah,
of
like
ravioli.
coupons for ravioli.
God damn it.
For their product.
Now, but here's the thing: if you're a Chef Boyardee company and some lady calls you and they're like, "Spider, I'm a ravioli," but just like Samantha said, you have no way of proving that it
Right.
actually.
True.
I mean, it could have fallen in the fucking from a roof or whatever. There's a million ways a spider could have ended up on this lady's plate.
Just put ravioli spider Florida and see what comes up. Don't put my name on there. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is still online because I think I watched it.
And I feel like it would be hard for the spider to remain intact because I assume they
You know how much sodium is in there and salt? It's gonna keep it intact.
It's like
Its
a
little legs.
mummification.
But they
bro.
Yeah.
squirt the ravioli through a process, and the spider's delicate. They're not breaking a
It may have
million
crawled
pieces.
It was
across
a
the
big.
conveyor
If
belt.
I remember right, it was a big spider.
God,
it was
I'm getting
gross
the
too.
heebie-jeebies.
Oh, and the woman's house
I'd eat a
was.
spider.
You know, have you ever been to Mims?
Oh yeah.
So,
What
very
the?
bad.
Did you get a hot tub out there?
oh, here it is, right here on YouTube. Type in woman. Just put in Chef Boyardee spider ravioli YouTube, and you'll find it.
You know, Silver Star, should be Mims, and Mims should be Silver Star because Mims sounds like a hunk of shit.
Here, Dan. It's right. That's what it looks like. This one. Oh, that's it, right there, the top one. Okay. How many views does that puppy have? How many views?
400, or excuse me, 44,000.
Okay, all right. This is an early video, so the quality might not be so good.
We're going in here. I'm gonna
Bustecker, you show up late. Now your
Okay,
phone's
I felt
ringing.
Like a can of ravioli. So I heat a
Oh!
ravioli. I'm sitting in the front room and we're just eating. And
sound
I
weird,
didn't eat half
Buster.
the can. And then all of a sudden I stuck the whole thing in my mouth. And then when I bit down, I felt a crunch. And I'm thinking, I'm not eating anything crunchy. So I spit it out. And before I could yell at my boyfriend that I just had a spider, I threw it all the way through there, all the way into my kitchen. And then I finally yelled, I just ate a spider. So he takes it off the plate, brings it over here in the light, and it was a spider. I'm not into that kind of protein. So I came back in here, I grabbed the can, I took the spider and I stuck it on the counter, and I ran out the back door and I called the Chef Boyardee people.
Now,
so
what
they
if-
called me about
All right,
4
so it
times.
wasn't
and
in
then-
the
Pause
ravioli.
for a
it's just in
second.
the
Why'd
can.
you run out her back
Yeah,
door?
that agreed. Why are you running? You're like, where's my
Also-
cordless Unidyne phone?
She put this ravioli in her own Tupperware.
To heat it up. You can't heat
What
it up
if
in
it
the
was
can.
at the bottom of the Tupperware?
You
And she
can't-
just didn't pay attention and she poured the ravioli
Well, that
on
would
top.
you make a good attorney for Chef
Look
Boyardee
like she might have had some
Corporation.
spiders in them cupboards. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
She looks like some spider.
Hey, not nice.
Maybe some bed bugs too.
Not nice.
Use some sunscreen.
Yeah. This is
The
coming
sun
from
has
you that
boiled
never
you.
uses
I know,
sunscreen.
yeah.
Do you want to hear any more of this, or we abandon this one?
Nah,
abandon it.
That's about all. I mean, do you show up on there?
No, I'm behind the camera on
Too
that
embarrassed.
Oh,
Too
were you
embarrassed.
just a cameraman?
Well, that's how I started. I mostly just
Boom
did camera
mic a little
stuff,
bit.
and then eventually I got in front of the camera.
So with these type of reports, they have no reporters. Just
I mean, I probably wrote a story on it, but they wanted me to go shoot video too.
Nah.
Yeah, obviously the video did well. I think it did well on the website too.
how did okay?
I mean,
hold
is
on.
that a victory?
How does local news stay in business? Like with stories
Stories
like this,
that.
But
people love shit like that, man.
Yeah.
do they really, or is
Yeah.
it only because they?
A
it's the
local
only thing to
teacher
watch?
is making waves, learning 500 different handshakes with his classroom.
Oh, yeah,
All that dumb
Yeah.
shit. All of that dumb shit.
Yeah, and then
People eat it up.
If it didn't do well online, they wouldn't cover it. There's a reason they cover certain things.
Okay, now let me ask you this: do they do these stories because they do well, or do these stories, out of all stories, do well, so that just perpetuates them doing more of these stories? For instance, like the only viewers that they have would prefer the spider and the ravioli rather than, let's say, anything about the economy or anything depressing.
Well, you
murders
get
and
enough
stuff.
of that with national news.
Also, it's easier to do that story than a story on the national economy.
Yeah, no, I know.
I can just go out there, interview her, I'm done. To
Yeah,
do
yeah.
like the other one, that might take weeks and months.
But what I'm asking, are people even demanding this, or do they prefer to watch it when they are watching the local news? That's what I'm saying. It's like,
I would argue, at least when it
does
comes
this help anybody?
No, I mean, it might help her get some free Chef Boyardee, but for
It's
that,
like check your ravioli before you heat it up, right?
yeah,
It's a
but to
PSA.
answer your
Look,
question,
I'm not going to act like I'm any better than this woman. There have been times when I've seen a plate or something in my house that has a bug in it. I mean, it just happens. We live in Florida. We live in a swamp.
Yeah.
Shit like that happens. But I think Sam's right. You got to check your plates, check your Tupperware bowls
True,
and shit.
but to your question, Tom, I think, like I said, that story did well. And so I'm sure the next time something like that is like, oh, that's crazy, we better go cover that because this last one did really good too.
I'm gonna side. I'm gonna.
But
side
are
with,
you doing anything
No,
for
hold
the
on.
community?
I'm gonna
No,
side with
no, the answer is
Bustecker.
no.
Okay.
I'm gonna side with Bustecker though because if I come home from here. And I go home and let's say Maisie's winding down from school or whatever because there is a period where we let her. That's usually when we let her get her iPad or whatever because she's been stimulated and doing school shit all day long. Now you can do some mindless shit. You get 20 minutes of iPad. That's a rule in the house. 20 minutes. So we give her 20 minutes. If I'm watching the news and then some Bustecker's got a story about some lady with a fucking spider, I'm going to turn the volume. I am. I'm trying to be honest. I'm going to turn that
Something you
volume
don't
up.
see every day.
Yeah, I'm going to go right in. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to look up. Hey, look at this lady. Look at this fucking she ate this fucking spider. Ah!
Oh,
Yeah.
so
I
you're
like
saying
stuff
it's
like
for
that.
dumb people?
Hey!
All right.
Yeah, pretty
let's play
much.
Another voicemail. First.
All right, hey guys, this is David. I'm calling in. I'll keep it clean so you can use it on any show. Seems to be a big topic on the ACTs though, about Tom's kids rolling in someone's grass and also Sam not picking up after her dog. Now, has Tom crossed the theory of somebody such as Sam not picking up after her dog, poops in some random yard, doesn't clean it up
I
because
don't
she
do
doesn't
that.
think it's
You didn't
necessary.
listen to what I said, sir.
And Tom's little snowflake kids come in, start rolling around in beautiful lush meadow grass. All of a sudden, they're rolling in Sam's dog's poop.
So a combo.
Anybody thought of that?
Yeah,
That's-
wouldn't happen.
I think
Logic
Tom's sons are
crazy.
smart enough to
All
not
right.
roll in
Love the show,
poo.
guys.
We
Take it easy.
check the
Bye.
neighbor's grass before I let my sons roll. Seriously, my
What
wife.
an asshole.
My wife pulled out her phone and is like, "Oh no, poop. Okay, go ahead and roll in it."
Yeah, but that's a funny story for a few years down the road.
I
Like,
specifically
oh.
said I do not let my dog shit in anyone's yard besides my own.
Just
so if
in-
your kids roll around in my yard, they might roll in some dog shit. But if they're
just
rolling
in
in someone
common
else's
areas.
yard, they're not.
Let me ask you a
shitting.
question about. I've been thinking about the kid thing. That's such it's a burning topic. If you let's say your kids got on, and I'm trying to think of something because it can't go too far. Okay, your kids. Let's say back in my old house when I had a really nice manicured front yard. Your kids are just walking by, you're one-wheeling them, and they see the yard, and they want to roll in it. And then they get out there, and then they start rolling around in my yard or whatever. But I have, spikes or something in there for, irrigation or something like that.
Ah.
And then they get injured.
Yeah.
That's on you, right?
Yeah.
That's
of
not on
course.
me.
Yeah.
Give me because I was just going to think because there is an element I
But
think
technically, I
The
think
van boys are trespassing.
because one of the reasons why I don't approve. Maybe Tom and I don't see eye to eye on this one. Is where I wouldn't let Maisie do this because probably be worried that she'd end up getting hurt or something, or in a sticker bush.
You never want to get hurt on somebody else's property.
Yeah, I mean I think that's.
I gauge the situation on fucking grass. Fine, and they roll around it. I think I'd see the spikes or
Would
whatever.
you be mad at the guy though if he ran out and said, "Get off my lawn! There's knives in my grass." I don't know. I mean,
no,
or maybe they put down some fertilizer or
something
like chemicals in it, and your
Agent
kids are
Orange.
rolling all around in it.
Next thing you know, they've got Vietnam vet Agent Orange in their eyes and screaming.
No, I'll blame myself.
What about on Halloween? Are they allowed to run across the grass on Halloween, or do you have to go up
the driveway like a
yeah, bus takers with me on this. Yeah, I know.
I'm totally
see?
with you on that.
These curmudgeoned,
I'm with Sam. Use a fucking sidewalk.
I will.
It's a sidewalk, not a fucking
If there's
grass
a sidewalk
walk.
or a driveway there, be respectful because a lot of people don't like you on their grass. Like, I don't give a shit. Walk in my front yard and back there. I don't care. But there are a lot of people that do spend a lot of money on it, and I'm not gonna disrespect. I don't know how they, if there's a sidewalk or a driveway, use it. Like, don't be an asshole.
Nah. Okay, so I will tell you this. My wife told me this yesterday.
Update.
And
we've got an update to another story that we did a couple of weeks ago. A lot of you might remember Grassgate and Tom's kids making grass angels.
It has nothing to do with that, but it does have something to do with the dog pooping in our front yard. So my wife has been complaining.
You roll in my grass, I have my dog pooping yours.
We do have a neighbor that walks his dog, and she thinks that the dog like basically so our driveway. If you park on the left side of the driveway, when you exit the vehicle, you have to exit onto the grass, right? So she gets mad because sometimes she stepped in poop on the grass.
If only you had a garage that you could put your car
filled with
in.
shit,
No, but a big one. A big one.
I thought you cleaned it out.
Like
No,
a legitimate
Buster.
a double car garage. Not the old single car garage like I used to have in my old bungalow. I'm talking a big ass garage.
It's filled with shit, even though I've taken most of it.
You have a paper mache woman in your garage, sir.
Put it in a company storage, still filled with shit. Anyway, so she...
Why don't you park your car in our storage unit?
That's filled with shit, too. So...
God damn it, I just cleaned this whole office with shit.
You need to tidy up.
Yeah. I'm telling to start parking his car in our studio.
So the other day, she noticed a little... And then the person's dog is tiny, right? Same dog that barked afher Tommy one day. It's a little poodle.
Oh, Tommy hates that dog.
Yeah.
He wants to kill it.
So her idea of how she's going to show the neighbor she doesn't appreciate this, is she took a stick and she nudged the nugget of poo-poo over onto the sidewalk because she knows that the neighbor walks up and down the sidewalk all the time.
But so do other people.
All you're doing is making it.
What the hell?
So
my God, as smart as I think you guys are, sometimes with the hijinks you pull, I'm like,
I didn't do this.
Yeah.
I just mind my business.
No, I know you do. I mean, like, I know that you don't. You're not deliberately sending your kids to wreck people's grass. You don't think I think that, right? Like, I also think that you're just oblivious to the world and you're on your one wheel, fucking high as fuck, and you're just like, let them have fun. I get it, man. But this is weird.
So she nudged the nugget of poo-poo over to the sidewalk
with a stick.
With a stick.
Well, not with her fucking finger.
I don't know.
With
her tongue, Buster.
In her attempt to show the neighbor, like, I saw you left the poo-poo near my
so
in my
I
grass.
put it on the sidewalk.
That person is not going to know that it's their dog's poo-poo.
Yeah.
Well, in her mind, she knows
You'd
they
have
know.
to put a Post-it note on it with like her name on it.
Yeah.
Elise.
Yeah.
So here it gets worse than this. So
no.
she comes
Put like
home.
one of those little flags from a fucking fancy drink.
You know,
my neighbor does that. She did that. Somebody pooped in her yard. She put a little thing that said like, "Please pick up your dog's
Put
poo."
a little All-American flag or a little
You
one of
guys
those,
both that. So you clean
a flag
up.
from Steak and Ale that says medium rare.
So I assume when you take your dogs for walks, you clean up after.
No.
Yes, I do.
You don't?
Yeah.
You didn't hear Shitgate like
I always
ago.
do. I carry bags. Where my dog shits, I clean it up.
Well,
Have you ever had the
99% of the
problem?
time, my dog shits in my yard because I either let him out in the backyard,
Yeah.
he goes wherever,
And
or
he's
I
a
let him,
little dog.
and then if not, if I take him on a walk and he happens to go number 2, which doesn't happen every single time, by the way, but it will be in the common area in between the road and the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I don't let him poop in anybody's yard. He doesn't poop on the sidewalk. He doesn't poop in the street. He's got like little strips where it's county property.
I don't
I'm not
remember
picking
where
that
I
up.
fell in this argument originally, but hearing it now, I think I side with you.
Thank you.
So hopefully,
I always clean it up.
Hopefully, I'm not contradicting myself, but it happens all the time on this.
But my
program.
question is, have you ever been on a walk with your dog and you run out of bags? Like
Yeah.
they've gone twice, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I got to go again.
I go back too.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
So
because I try not to be one of the people in this neighborhood, and Sam's seen it.
I
Butler's
also
seen
said
it,
if my
Tom
neighborhood
has
had
seen
signs,
it.
I would pick it up. But
You
mine's
have
not.
all seen it, and I really try my hardest to not be one of those people because the people around here are entitled
I'll bet.
dickheads.
Oh yeah.
So I got my wife on the line because
Did you call her?
Yeah,
What
because
line?
I believe if I told you this, you wouldn't believe me, and then
Line
our
two,
listeners
line
would be like,
one?
he makes up stories all the time.
Oh, not there.
Yeah, it's a line one.
Hey, Crystal, what's up?
Hey, how are you?
So, babe, let's not mention anybody's names or anything, just in case some of our neighbors listen. But
You wish.
so
Coca-Cola, Oyster Bar, Pepsi.
So I was explaining to everybody in the show the poo-poo gate that you told me about yesterday.
This is Poo-Poo Gate 2.
yeah.
And so I explained to them, we've had problems with.
I still don't fully understand what happened. So the dog shit in your yard, and your wife used a stick to.
In the front. Okay, so
The dog always poops in our yard, and it's not that, like, I don't really care that much. It's a tiny little turd, but it always does it right by where we get in and out of the car. So you step in it when you're getting in the car, and then it gets all over your brakes. Or you step on it when you're getting out, and you track it through the house. So it's like, if you're a neighbor and your dog needs to poop in my yard, like, do it out on the swale or whatever. I don't really care, but don't let it go right by my car door. That's what really irritates me.
So
I agree.
In an effort to
Can't disagree with that.
send a message, she took a stick and nudged the poo-poo nugget onto the sidewalk. Now, babe,
We're using the term turd.
everybody did bring up the fact that you could be collateral damage here. The other neighbors
That
are
I
just trying to walk
I
down
get
the
out of
street.
my car, right? So I pull over to like bring your. Let's say I brought your hoodie back from the studio, and I pull off and I get out of the car, and then I step in the shit that's on the sidewalk now. I'm literally.
Hey, listen, I considered that. I did
Okay.
consider that, and I have lived in
Casualty.
this
Sometimes you got to
neighborhood-
kill people. It's the good of
No,
money for the good of.
that's not
Kill
what
one to
I
save 100.
That's not what I was
damn
going to say. There are multiple levels to this, but I did consider that, and I have been living here since 2010, and I know my neighbors. Nobody walks in front of my house except those people. And here's the reason. That dog is mean, and it bites at people, and it runs after growling and
So you
biting
did
at
this
people.
for Tommy. You did this for
No,
Tommy.
no, but for anybody
Yeah.
who walks down our street already knows that.
A
and they always
scorned
cross
mother
the
is a
street.
dangerous mother.
No, they always cross the street first. Even my sister, she'll cross the street and walk past so she doesn't have to deal with that dog. Anybody who comes down here doesn't walk in front of that house because the dog is not nice. So I know that nobody else is walking there, and no one's going to step in that.
So
the only
you're
person
a-
who's going to step in it
Hold
is
on,
me
guys.
when I'm taking my trash out.
It gets way crazier. I haven't even started.
You're 100% sure it's this dog's poop.
No, of course not,
Oh,
Buster.
okay.
Yes, I am. I've
Question.
seen him. I've seen him do it before, and I've inspected it. It is not cat poop, and it is not raccoon poop.
Stop laughing.
We know the difference between raccoon poop.
I know.
Well, look,
This is a
honestly,
tiny
I don't want to. I'm not going to gang up on your
Hold
wife.
on.
If there's anybody I know that would know the difference in animal poop, it would probably be Crystal because she knows a lot about animals. So I
And
got to
their
give her
poop,
that.
apparently.
I got to give her that.
And
I mean, she's
yeah.
rescued animals, saved animals, helped animals. Yeah. So let's
All
not
right,
all.
so this gets
I
crazier,
want to
though.
hear. No,
Somehow.
look,
Somehow.
it might get
Yeah,
crazier,
yeah.
but I want to hear her out because I don't want to. Let's not make this
Let's not
something.
shit on this.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
by the way, I'm sitting on the couch, waiting for like 6:30 so I can start drinking. And
That's not
Yeah,
a
right.
rule. Get him, Crystal.
and then this
You
is
guys are making me laugh today.
this.
Jesus Christ.
So she's telling me this while she's cooking. I'm just sitting there in
While
silence.
she's cooking,
scared-
that's horrible.
scared out of my mind. And then she then tells me
6:30 yet.
she then
I mean,
tells
you could put the shot in at 6:28, right? Like, and let it chill.
Tom Van's Jimmy Buffett version of 5 o'clock somewhere.
Well, it used to be 5. I got yelled at. Push it back. So so this is what she tells me after this. She's telling me all this. She's like, I had no idea. She's like, I put it in the middle of the sidewalk. And then
Wait. In the middle?
Yeah, just
Okay,
send a message.
all right, I'm
Okay.
trying to paint the
Hold
picture.
on, I haven't got to the crazy part. then she says, and they have the audacity they saw and knew what I was doing, and they picked up the turd and put it back near my door.
No way.
No, they didn't.
And then I was like, and she's
Fake
like,
news.
I knew because a piece of the turd broke off. I analyzed it. I knew it was the same turd that they put.
took photos.
The same one. The same
By the way,
one.
I don't say
Hold on,
shit. I'm
hold
just
on.
waiting.
Crystal, are you in the middle of a full-blown turd war? It's not a turf war, it's a turd war.
You guys are all yelling about this, and you're not letting me explain.
All right, fair enough.
I one day saw the dog doing it there, and I looked at the owner, and then he looked at me and he goes, "Oop, caught red-handed."
Oh, wait. All right.
This is in the past.
But what did you say back? Did
Oh
you
my
say,
God,
"Can you
this is
please
like
clean
the
up-"
worst version of making a murderer.
Listen,
At that point, did they pick up the poo since they got caught red-handed?
no, they did not. And here's
And you
the
didn't
thing.
say anything to
Wait,
them?
just nobody.
Me? I'm not even there, and I wouldn't.
I have a touch of the whatever Tom Van has about being awkward with your neighbors. I don't have it with strangers, but I do have it with my neighbors because I realize I have to live here
Yeah.
next to them, and so
Yeah.
there's certain things I'm willing to accept to just whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a
live
path
peacefully
of
in my-
least resistance, correct?
Yeah.
So wait, where does this person live? How far away from your house?
On
two
my
houses.
street. That's what I'm just going to say. TC, you said you weren't going to say names.
Sorry,
Your name and address is here.
2 houses, 2113. Mr. George.
Well, could you take the poo back to their house?
Oh,
No, I don't take it. No.
No, could you?
Okay.
Miami door.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. That's crazy.
Here's the most
Miami turd syndrome.
Hold on, let's not go past the most important question is how did you know the same turd that you put in the middle of the sidewalk to send a message to them
excellent question.
was the same turd that they then picked up and put back next to our door in a retaliation turd.
It's a retaliator.
And
it's a retaliation.
She's like, I knew it because I saw a piece break off of it and it was the same one.
Yes.
And I'm like,
I remember.
Studies a turd
I'm
that
just
much.
glad I don't live in your neighborhood. It sounds like you, the neighbors, everybody. There's birds everywhere. It's a fucking. There's a herd, Dr. Ghoul. There's a suntan lady.
Raccoons.
It's literally like the Burbs come to life.
It's not the first time I've done this. I've put those turds in the sidewalk before.
Yes! You are my hero.
Okay.
Crystal,
And so
if I
what-
bought
so
you
this
some
time-
chalk,
yeah.
could you like write something on the sidewalk like we know this is your turd?
Shit, Tom.
No, what I think I'm going to do next is get just those little like garden gates, like a little wire garden gate or
Yes.
whatever. I'm just going to put that up around the front of my yard.
Tomato fencing. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I'll make
that'll
it like
class it up.
decorative or something.
That'll make things better.
Well, listen, what are you doing? You're putting our pictures together all shoddy.
I'm just
Our pool
walking
almost
around
exploded
waiting
out
for
of the
6:30.
ground.
Your wife's over here solving turd mysteries. You're on Bovada betting your fucking savings away. Your wife's trying to save your family from this crazy poodle.
Listen, it's rude to let the dog poop right next to my door.
I agree on
I
that.
agree with you.
And I don't want to make an awkward thing about going over there and being like, hey, what you're doing is rude and irresponsible, and you should know better, and you're older than me, so it's like I don't want to tell you as an older person
I agree.
to do
But then you
something
play mind
differently.
games by putting the poo in the sidewalk. It's better to
Yeah.
confront
Yeah,
it.
call them out.
Yeah,
Do you want me to come
I'd
out there
rather-
and talk to your
You
neighbor?
need to do a story
do a
on this.
story on
Can
the
you do a
bus.
story on this for Tom and Dan News? Sure.
Listen,
Hands in their
the
ass,
lady
yeah.
who used to live, the lady who used to live at my mom's house used to jog down the street, and that dog attacked her a couple of times, and she ended up calling animal services to say this dog is a nuisance to this neighborhood.
It's too far.
And
The
then
dog is the
owner-
size of less than a football.
Hello, it runs at people. It barks and it bites at our ankles. That is a kind of a nuisance dog. And the dog's pooping in my yard. It's a total nuisance. I agree with her now. But the owner of the dog came over complaining about what a bitch she was. How dare she? This dog's lived here longer than she has, and now the dog's pooping in my yard.
We sided with them.
Meaningless.
We were like, come on, it's just a tiny poodle.
Give me a call. I'll take care of the dog.
Is this the Friday Free Show? Is everybody listening to this?
Which answer would make you less mad at your husband?
Well, it's just the last time he did this, and we got into something with our neighbors. Like they
Raccoon
heard
gate.
it. And
It was
then-
raccoon
Well,
gate.
guess what? No more raccoons. This is how I solve problems. In a super passive, tiny aggressive way. All right, babe. I'll see you later.
I feel that you have called me and painted me in a light. And not
No, I agree with you 100%.
Oh, there goes 630 fun.
Hold on. He may disagree with you, Crystal, but I am on board. Look, you want me to go over there and help you move turds? I'm in. Do you just say the
If
word?
you want me to step in poop, you're going to step in poop. That's my thing.
No, that's
And also-
Elliot Ness. They put one of your turds on the sidewalk, you put one of their turds in their fucking doormat.
The next time, I'm going to put it on a skewer and stick it out of the ground so that they know I
Oh, that's
Genghis Khan?
No, like Piggy from Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, right.
They put the
I'm gonna-
fucking head on the stick.
I do
I'm gonna
think
go
you
through
could
all
just
kinds
go
of
to their
crazy
house
things
and
to
be
avoid
like,
having to talk to them. Yes, I
"Hey,
am.
No, that's too
it's
far.
too awkward. It's too awkward to do that. It's a
What are
lot
you
easier
talking
to
about?
put a turd on a fucking shish kebab stick and then prop it up in your yard.
Next time they'll be all over our front yard.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
maybe you can mail
I'm
it
not
back
crazy.
to them
Yeah.
anonymously.
Okay.
Crystal, I'm on your team.
Bye.
All right, see you.
Jeez.
Dude, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard. I'm fucking crying.
That's
That can't be real.
Insanity.
That cannot be fucking
That was
real.
just yesterday. I didn't even write that down.
It's a Thursday. Yeah, he did.
That wasn't even
That's the
important
first
enough
we
to
ever
talk
heard of
about.
that. That was like purely, he was like, oh, I remember something that happened that I didn't think would be interesting to talk about. This fucking turd war my wife's having. She's fucking propping up turds on sticks. and,
Maybe
like,
if you invite Samantha over, you could just make her go
I'll
doors,
go tell
a
him.
few doors down.
oh, what you doing? A bikini top? Tell my
Next email.
All right. BDM from Illinois here. This question is for Tom Van, the science man. Thinking in terms of evolution here, what biological function is served by my beehole and surrounding beehole hairs, sweating profusely when I have to take a duke? It's very
Moved the turd with a stick, man.
It's very bothersome and my boxers get wet. Love the show. Shout out to my BDM friend Viney Otto.
Why is it, is he want to know why it's...
Why do we have butthole hair?
Why do you have sweaty ass?
What is the function served by my beehole and surrounding beehole hairs sweating profusely when I have to take a duke?
Hold on, by your actual beehole? It's to get
He's
rid of
saying his butthole
waste.
and his butthole hairs sweat when he has to actually shit.
Well, you need to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
You know, mine doesn't do that.
Don't get
Even
so
at
nervous.
even at my worst, I'm like, oh, I don't like
Like a
reach back there and
butthole
like,
sweat.
holy shit,
Or
it's
maybe
pouring
it's
now.
oil.
Yeah, it's mud butt. But also, you're looking at evolution wrong. Just because, because you have butt hair doesn't mean we've evolved for butt hair to act or to provide some
I'm
sort of
using my
service.
Phillips Norelco body groomer.
On
There's-
the butthole, though?
Oh, I did it.
You did it?
Oh, it is everything down there is squeaky clean, but buzzed. You know, it's proper. It's gentlemanly. It's not like I didn't bick it.
Like if butt hairs somehow caused us to die earlier before we procreated, then
Yeah.
it probably wouldn't still survive. It's probably just we're hairy and there's parts of, especially like your armpits.
Girls
your
get
butt,
rid of their
your
butt
pubes.
hair. Like traditionally, most girls that I've ever slept with, if I looked into their asshole, there would be no.
Into it.
Well, you're back there, you're doggy styling it, and when you push in,
Never
that
look
thing-
down.
I always look right at it because you want to look down there and see if there's any hemorrhoids or anything like
No.
There might be a ravioli spider down there.
Why are you looking for that?
I don't know. Why not?
I
look down there?
know because my whole
I look
motto
right at it.
is what I don't know.
I push the cheeks apart. I'm like, let's see what's going on here. It's like for me, it's like opening a treasure chest.
There's nothing good that can come from looking down.
But most of the girls that I've been with, I can only think of maybe one or two that had a couple of stray hairs. But I gave them a pass because it was like they missed them. They had their Venus razor out. That's the girl brand by Gillette, I believe. And they just,
pink.
they got in a hurry because they were excited to see me. So I give them a pass.
So I don't know how to answer that question, but
Why do we have butt hairs? I think it's to keep stuff from going in your butthole, isn't it?
It could just be we have them, and
It's to keep leaves out.
it didn't like hurt
Bugs.
our chances
Bugs?
of
Yeah, it's to keep a ravioli spider out. To keep the
Yeah.
leaves out.
of having
Gets caught in
kids.
your web.
Why do we have pubes? We've kicked this around for decades. You know
Warmth.
what?
It's a
Protection.
protection.
Yeah, it's protection.
genitals,
So I
yeah,
would
but-
imagine it's protection.
Yeah, and the answer is probably no reason.
Who do you think has the hairiest asshole on the show? Butler.
He's part Neanderthal.
He's Neanderthal,
Yeah, aren't you like 80% caveman?
94% more Neanderthal than most people.
God, he learned that from his 23andMe genetic test.
I will
Send
not
him the
deny my hairy
Neanderthal
butthole.
one.
He's got 2,300 more ass hairs than we do.
Oh, Butler's. It looks like
all the ass hairs.
Fidel Castro back there.
Ooh.
There.
We got serious. Everybody was like, don't ever say that. The Fidel Castro asked, no. You don't talk about
no
it.
mas.
You don't talk about it.
Play another voicemail.
All right. I want to find a good one because this is a long segment.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll play this one and take a break. Then we'll do some news.
Hey, did you guys know that the old home answering machines still exist? I just called a lady about a complaint from work, and I had to leave her a voicemail, but halfway through leaving the voicemail, she picks up. Fucking freaked me out. It's like, what is happening? Anyway, food for thought.
I have one. My mom has one. I mean,
Really?
like if you buy like a Panasonic.
You've got a
cordless-
standalone, messenger.
There's not my voice on it or anything, but it came as like a kit. It's like this. It's like it has the thing, and it's a digital one. It's not. It doesn't have a tape.
Yeah, it's
but
just a phone with a dock.
Yeah, it has like a dock for the handheld. It has it has one that's corded, and then it has one that's remote.
And do you have a house line?
Yeah.
Spectrum, right?
I also have one for a security system, emergency stuff like that. I mean, why not?
Sounds better when you make a phone call. From
It does.
It
If I
sounds
ever
a
have
lot
to,
better.
if I ever have to make a phone call or something, or if my cell service is bad and I need to, or if my phone's not working, I have a phone that I can call and complain, or like
old man.
You don't have a landline?
No, I don't. I haven't had a landline in like 8 years.
What do you do for your security system?
It goes through my internet.
Oh, really?
What would they steal at your house?
I know.
Ravioli.
I barely turn it on. And when it is on,
there's nothing in here. Steal a turd stick.
I mean, he's only had his own cell phone for like, what, 4 years or something?
No, how dare you? I've had my cell phone for a long time.
No, it wasn't yours. That was
Well, I had the radio stations one for...
That was a Primeco. He had a Primeco. This motherfucker had a Primeco phone when
12
Primeco
years
was out
ago.
of business.
That was a long ass time ago. But that is surprising. I have not seen a regular answering machine.
My mom has one. I think a lot of old people would have one.
Yeah.
That's how they communicate, Although my mom now is like, she's really text savvy. A lot of text. And she's starting to like eke in some emojis. I'm pretty proud of her. It's pretty cool.
Well, the thing about it, like old people, when they were complaining, like, I don't text, like, it's not that difficult, and it's like, well, you know how a typewriter works, right? It's like a typewriter digital that gets in instantly. You know what I'm saying? It's not like some sort of thing that they've never had any experience.
100%. If my dad was still alive right now, he would not know how to text.
Yeah, my pop-up
He
never
didn't know how
sent
to use a
texting.
typewriter either. He never used a computer, never used a typewriter.
Well, a typewriter? I mean, that's old.
He fucking quit school in like 8th grade.
No.
My dad had he'd had saved text that mom programmed for him. So he'd hit one that'd be like, call me. Or he'd hit one that's like, good show.
Right.
But I knew it was like his saved text. He's like, I will hit number 3.
Let's take a break because we are going long this segment.
That was fun as hell.
So we'll take a break. I know we got a surprise guest coming in a little bit.
We do, yeah. She should be here in about 20. About 20 minutes. He or she should be here.
We got.
Don't assume gender.
Maybe we'll do some news coming next, Buster. You guys,
Yeah.
could you do that? All right.
Yeah, I did that. Did my job.
We can do that. This is new music from our good friends at Debt Neglector. They did a cover of a very famous Clash song. I'm so bored with the USA. Enjoy this. We'll be back with more of Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. 1-844-TOMNDAN or show at tomandan.com if you want to get in an email. Your first video featuring
Black Rooster Taqueria.
I'm a big fan of
I
that
need to
place.
go there, man.
It's
Everybody
solid.
keeps telling
Yeah,
me
it's
about
good.
it.
It's so close to here.
I know.
I guess if you want to go authentic, because obviously I'm a gringos man, but there are different types of cuisine.
I love all tacos.
Yeah, I really do. It's like pizza with me, but tacos even more so. And Black Rooster is legit.
Yeah, they make all their own tortillas there.
Yeah.
They make them in front of you. They
are.
It's really, really good.
I feel like though they should have thought more with the term taqueria.
All right.
Just because it seems like
yeah, but all little places like that are called taquerias.
I know. It just seems like it would be something
I'm
you
opening
say
up a
after you
right.
go in the bathroom.
Like
and then
I'm
say,
opening
taqueria.
I'm opening a funeral parlor called a diarrhea. That's not funny. That's not funny at all.
That's a hilarious
That's
joke.
my dad probably go boom, 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 boom. Your hair. What are you having a midlife crisis? You look like
happening?
Donald Trump's wig is falling off. Like, what are you doing? Bigley over here.
I was supposed to go get my haircut at John the Barber before I
You
left for
fucked it all.
Colorado,
Oh.
and then I postponed it. So I'm actually getting it right before the Super Bowl on
nice.
over
It looks
under.
fresh.
Fresh cut.
It's by the way, I think it could be the way my hair's parted, but I'm looking at myself every morning when I look at myself in the mirror hungover. I'm like, am I starting to lose my hair? Like it's getting thin on the.
Nah, your hair's pretty thick.
Yeah,
right?
you're good.
Yeah,
Would
but
you get the plugs? Did we talk about this before? Would you get the plugs?
I would
You
get the
would?
plugs. Yeah,
I would.
I would totally get the plugs.
Really?
Why not?
I'd probably Bruce Willis it. I would shave it off.
You'd look weird.
I know I
though.
would. I know.
Yeah.
Well, they got the technology now that it looks. I mean,
Do women
my
ever
buddy-
lose their hair?
Oh yeah.
Like, would
They
you
get
get plugs?
alopecia.
I'd probably
and
go
stuff.
wig.
You'd go wig?
Yeah.
That's a lot of work, though.
Not really.
The wig is hard.
Nah.
Well, every morning you
The
just
next thing you
pop your
know,
wig off.
you get the wrong rental
my
car, it
wig
blows
off.
off. You're driving in a, Chrysler LeBaron, your wig blows off.
Although I did see something on Facebook, and I guess it was like a like hair, like wig kind of thing, but it was for a black guy. And what they did is like super glued this like what looked like a hard or stiff piece of yarn that was wavy, and they glued it in rows to the
Yeah.
guy's head.
To look like.
So you want to get that? Is that
that would look great.
And then they cut it because it was bigger.
This
and then
is
they cut
Tom.
it
He
down.
does most of our business. Please don't stare at his yarn here.
And it looked fucking real as hell after, and I was like, God damn. And
Let me ask you a question.
What?
When they first showed the man, did he have any hair?
it looked like he had the stereotypical male pattern baldness all the way to the back. And
But it was short to the scalp. Or?
but yeah, they
So I was
cut
gonna
it.
say a lot of people braid whatever hair they have left, and then they weave hair into it.
No, this
Okay.
was they put glue on his head and then they laid down these wavy
like tracks.
Yeah, wavy tracks, but they fit together. And then once it was all down, they cut the front and cut the back off because it was longer than it needed to be. And then the lady styled it, and then they did a little bit of airbrushing for like the corners, and it fucking looked 100% real.
Is it called a man weave?
Probably.
It was for a bald guy, and
Look at this before and after. My
Yeah.
God,
That looks good.
that looks amazing,
dude, it was like that.
And
Now-
that's on NPR's website, right?
Yeah,
I don't know
That's
how-
like a legitimate thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't know how long you could leave it without, how often do you have to get this done?
Right.
well, it'll grow out, right? Or your glue would
Can't
loose.
wash your hair, I'm assuming, right? Probably just dry shampoo.
You probably have to put a bag over your head like a Meemaw or whatever.
No, look at
Shower
this one.
cap?
Okay, look at this one. Hold on, let me put this on so everybody can see it. So in this
No,
one,
that's an actual wig. This was lines.
They glued it down, and then they cut the wig so it looks like a legitimate haircut, so
Fresh
he can
fade.
blend it in. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
But that's a whole wig. What I'm talking about was lines of weavy yarn that they glued. It was pretty cool.
That looks good as
That's
hell,
what I
That
man.
looks
That
like
looks
20 years
natural.
younger, 30 years younger. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just how long. Like it is a huge commitment. And then it's like, okay, I have to do this every 6 weeks of my entire
See,
life.
I'm not
and-
talking about one of those kind of wigs. Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But the hair transplant. I want to get
I
a.
wandered into a black one.
Where are you right now? Ooh, that guy in the red
That's
hat.
I went into my bookmarks. It's all nude black men. Don't ever go into my bookmarks. Mine.
I want to get it done with my beard because they have the
What,
technology.
black yarn beard?
Well, not that.
Great, yeah.
Well,
like
maybe
like a beard like Lenny Kravitz's pubes from the Circus album. Remember
dreads on
that? He
your
had
face.
long dreadlock pubes. Nobody believes me. Look it up. Google
Sparrow.
it. Google it.
Just be in your bookmarks.
So, what should we do? Should we do some news?
Well, our friend is going to be here in like 10 minutes, so we can start news.
What did you want to talk about with the paying it forward and also?
Oh
the
yeah, I got
low
fucked.
emission
Remember?
parking?
Did you guys remember? Did I talk about it on the Friday show or ACT where somebody bought me?
I think it was an ACT.
Somebody bought me a coffee.
Like they bought a bunch of stuff.
So I go through
drive-thru.
I go through Dunkin' Donuts and I'm like, the person I get up there and I hand him my card and like I get a medium or a large. I'm not going crazy. I'm just getting like a medium coffee and it's like $2. And I hand them my card, and they're like, no, the person in front of you paid for yours. I was like, oh, wow, I've never had that happen before. I've heard about it, a lot, plenty of times, but I've never had somebody do that
I
to
have
me.
a question though. How do they know? can they? Oh, do they ask the person like how much is the guys behind me? Like how do they
Well,
know how much to pay?
I'm glad you're bringing that up because so I asked on my Instagram stories, I was like, hey, somebody did that to me. And I was so like caught off guard and so like actually flustered, like that I didn't do it for the person behind me. I didn't keep it going. But I said, hey, I'm willing to do, so what should I do? Like, give me something. And I got a bunch of people give me all these different answers. Like you should donate, to this charity or do this. And so I decided, most people said, hey, you should just, when you go back to get your coffee another morning, do the same thing and just keep it going a different day. I was like, fine, that's what I'll do. So I'm going through the Dunkin' Donuts this morning and I got my coffee and I was like, hey, can I pay for the person behind me? And they're like, sure, you can. So I handed my card. It was $28 because they got all the fucking donuts for the offers or some shit. But I went ahead and did it.
No!
I was too.
No, you
well,
passed
what are
on
you
that.
going to do? I was too ashamed to talk
It's
out
too
of it.
much. I'll pay for 2 donuts.
No, then what are you doing?
Nah, you pass and do it the next time.
Well, she had my card. I was like, no, don't stop. I should have
No,
told.
no, you gotta ask before you hand the card. How much is it for the person behind me?
Test the water.
Yeah,
It's
test
like,
the
what
water.
did they get?
But I don't think that's good either. I think you should just go like, hey, I want to pay for the person behind me too.
Fuck that for $30 at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
$28, and then counting.
Same thing.
I guess counting mine is.
Well, you don't know. Like maybe that person really, really needed it, and you made their day.
No, well,
Agreed.
No one's going to Dunkin' Donuts spending $28 and them being super poor. It's like
Right.
not
Well,
a
maybe they
thing
need
you
to
do.
impress their office, and this is their last $28 to do it, and Dan just saved the day for them.
By the way, when someone brings like a donuts for any occasion, or like I don't know, I just don't appreciate it. Seriously, I don't know why.
I fucking brought donuts for the office.
I know.
Time.
I don't. It doesn't even move my meter.
You're like,
You gotta
fuck
bring
you.
pinwheels.
No, I don't get mad at it, but I don't really appreciate it either.
You gotta bring pinwheels.
It's something wrong with me.
Really? You don't care?
Yeah,
I don't like donuts.
It
so.
doesn't. I think to myself,
What
that
the
was a
fuck?
nice.
Who are these? Who are you guys? Like,
I'll be honest,
idiots.
I don't really eat them, but
Yeah, I don't eat
It's
them.
too.
Not that I don't like
you won't
them.
have
I just
one
don't.
donut.
No,
Well,
I really don't.
You're trying to be healthy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, come on.
I just want to see you like throw the donuts.
No,
outside.
I said I
How
don't get
dare
mad.
Travis bring these donuts.
I just don't appreciate it.
Well, what
Dumbass.
would you? Let's flip it then. What would you appreciate?
I don't know. I never thought
Suck
about it.
my
but-
dick.
No.
Weed gummies, pinwheels.
No. It's not
It's
even
gotta
that.
be something that everybody can enjoy. Everything can't just be gambling and weed.
Hot sauce.
No.
Beer.
Okay, I guess.
Tell me.
I guess I appreciate the gesture, but I should appreciate it more, maybe, because I just it comes
What
off
about if
like
somebody
a nothing
buys
to
you
me.
lunch?
You know what? I'm jaded from 10 years of fucking radio and getting free shit all the time.
Really?
Like, yeah.
So if you go to lunch with a client or something, and the client like, "Hey, this is a great meeting. I'm looking forward to working with you in the new year." You know what? Picking up the check. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And you're just like, "Fuck you."
No, you're going opposite.
This is as good as donuts.
You're
you
going
idiot.
negative. I just, I'm like, all right. Like, I don't know. That is a mental problem, I guess.
What if you went to a sporting event with me and I bought you beers? Would you be like, oh, like
Doesn't
thanks.
move his meter. Nothing moves. You know what?
I would say thank you. I'm
meter.
not an
There's
animal.
No meter.
No.
Should have been a cocktail.
I said thank you.
You're meterless, Tom Van.
I guess I should appreciate it more. You know what? I'll work on
No,
that.
fuck
New
you. I
Year's-
ain't buying you no beers.
I don't want your goddamn
He
beer.
does.
It's February.
I'll buy my own beer.
Nothing moves his meter though. I mean, like I've given him gifts, things like this. Like I'm like, hey man, I got you this thing. I got it engraved. All right. Back to typing on the computer. Don't give a
I know
fuck.
you got him a cheese melter. He probably hasn't even used
It's
that
still
yet.
in the fucking box in the
Yeah,
studio.
Tom doesn't get excited about much.
No, about nothing.
Yeah. I gotta change
He only
that.
gets excited when his sons are destroying other people's property.
Yeah.
His wife is
Making a
poking
boner.
a turd with a stick. I get a boat.
I'm like, it's happening. What were you going to talk about at the low emissions parking?
What is that? I went to the cardiologist because apparently I'm falling apart. On yesterday, I went to my cardiologist at 9 a.m. and at 3:30 I went to my gastroenterologist. And when I pulled up to this hospital, it's out in Oviedo. It's like a newer, I think it's Oviedo. It might be like whatever, Lake Mary, some area I don't ever go to. And I pull into the hospital and it's beautiful. It's like so nice. But like there were 35 spots up front for like small cars and it said low emission vehicles.
Hybrids.
And
be hybrids.
yeah, but like the whole rest of the parking lot was full, but all these are open, and I have a tiny car, so it's like, so I pulled
Hold
up
on,
to.
technically it's low emissions.
No, mine is not. It's a turbo
GTI
fucking.
Volkswagen.
No,
It's
yeah,
just
they're
what's a
lying about that
Volkswagen?
shit.
They lie about their emissions. Like
You're right.
it's literally, there's
not your fault.
I have a poison mobile, so I pulled a Tom Vance,
Poison-mobile.
and I keep trying to do things that'll make you proud of me, and I think you'll be proud of me here because I parked it, I shut it off, got out of the car, and I go. When it's not running, no emissions.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. And then I did the bear dance. I went into my cardiologist.
Hold on, what's it?
Would you be proud of me for saying that?
Yes, I was.
Yes.
That moves my meter. Fucking donut. So, did they have plugs and like a charging
No,
station?
it's literally, it says low emissions parking only.
That's too broad. I would argue that even though it's Volkswagen and they lied and the whole thing, still, though.
Every car company lies, by the way.
It's a new car and therefore is low emissions.
Well, if it's a big truck, it's not low emissions.
True.
right?
I guess my truck isn't necessarily low emissions, but I wouldn't have parked there because it was a truck. But Daniel's tiny GTI, I would argue that that's a low emissions car.
They ain't towing any of those cars. You can
No.
probably park
Yeah,
there.
you'd
They
be
don't
fine.
care.
That's what I thought. It's a hospital. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
You know, but I did find it out. Like, honestly.
You are breaking the rules. Though.
No lie, 35 fucking spots, and nobody in them because I think everybody did what I did. They took a look at them.
Yeah,
I was
like,
running
what
late.
is this? I've never even heard of that.
I was also. That's why I wrote it down. I was also running late, so I
I
was like,
see him everywhere in Colorado.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It could
When
be
I was
if
in
it's
Boulder, yeah.
I was like, fuck, I got to park because like I'm literally 5 minutes from like, and I hate being late for appointments. You're supposed to be 10 minutes early to the doctor just in case they throw that paperwork at you, insurance card, all that bullshit. And I was like, oh shit. So I just saw it and it fits my car perfectly. So I just pulled in there, but I did. You know me, I don't like to break rules like that. But I thought you would be very proud of me because as soon as I turned off my car, I'm like, nah, no emissions. It's better than low emissions.
Is it a new hospital, new building?
Brand fucking
So
new.
it's probably part of the building code that they had
Yeah.
to put in 35 spaces for new.
35 though.
It's probably part of
It was
whatever.
It was
The
almost
new
half.
initiative
yeah,
in the county.
yeah.
It was almost half of the parking lot. It was too many, and it was nobody was using them.
It's probably a
They're too small for
proportion of
trucks.
it.
You couldn't get your truck in it.
And that might be why they did it
No,
too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, we can't fit trucks. Let's make it low emission vehicles.
Yeah, but why not just do compact like everybody else does?
I don't know.
They specifically wanted to make a statement trying to reward people that choose to go more green. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's what it was.
Because you could have a Chevy Volt that's not technically a compact
Yeah.
car, but it might be a low emissions
Right.
car.
Okay. All right.
I went to the doctor the other day because I ran out of my goddamn Adderall, and they make me go.
We have
every
been doctor
3
appointments crazy.
I
by
know.
the way.
We're
This is
older
I
fun.
haven't been
now.
to the doctors in like 2 years, and I have insurance.
Well,
I
yeah, but you're thin. You don't drink.
Yeah.
drink.
and you
You don't have 2 beers.
You don't have all the pharmaceuticals that you could,
Yeah.
Adderall.
You
the
don't
weed.
abuse drugs like
No.
we do.
Yeah. I gotta go to my weed doctor
Do
appointment.
you properly fuck your wife? Though?
I think so.
I do.
But
I lunge into the pussy.
come on, when I went,
I lunge.
I went to the doctor and my phone died, and I was like, fuck. And then
Oh no! This is when you sat there for a very
yes,
long.
my doctor's computers went down, so I was there for an hour and a half. I know.
Rinky Dink doctor are you going to?
You got the same insurance I do. It sounds like. We'll
it
trade
is-
you a chicken if you.
It's in the back of a fucking Marshalls.
You know what?
It's right by the changing rooms.
You know what it is? It is in a walk-in clinic. Like
no.
yes,
you got to get a new doctor.
My doctor
Sam's gonna make fun of you.
is a.
She worked in that field for many, many years.
It's
Yeah.
a walk-in clinic / regular doctor.
No
so-
slash.
That's
Any-
for
okay,
Bro,
here's the
that's
rule.
for the poor people.
Here's the rule with doctors.
I don't even know
if
why I
your
have
doctor
it.
is a doctor / anything, don't go to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when Vegas. Cafe. It's now the new Black Bean Deli out on
Yes.
Colonial. It used to be Vegas Cuban Cafe / Cash for Gold. Don't go there.
Yeah.
It's just, and their sandwiches are terrific, but it would always creep me out because there'd be a guy standing there waiting to buy fucking fillings and shit while I'm getting my beans and rice. Like, no, I don't. It's just too weird.
But so I ran out my phone, so I left my phone in my truck charging, and then I walk in the thing, and then I'm sitting there. Then they bring me to the back. And I didn't have time to go get my phone to like maybe 2% charge. I could look at it because I'm addicted to looking at it. And then, so I walk in. They go and they take you from the waiting room. They check your blood pressure and everything. Then they bring you inside the actual room that you see the doctor. And I sat in there for fucking 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But I had no phone, and there was no TV
or nothing?
No, well, because now I'm sitting on the actual doctor chair.
You got to read the posters on the wall.
Yeah. I started looking at the skeleton poster, and then I was like, I can't read any of these words. And then I stared at the door like my pop-up, and I was like, God damn, this sucks. And then I'm like, holy, like, when's the last time anybody has sat for like over 30 minutes with nothing?
I do that in my doctor's office.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, you don't look at your phone?
Not when I'm at the gynecologist and I'm naked, no.
Maybe you should have meditated. You could have had your 30 minutes of meditation.
Hold on. They get you naked and then they make you wait?
Yeah.
That's
weird.
See,
I got another female shaking her head, yeah.
Hold on, why do you... I feel like that's a trick of some sort. Like, why?
A trick?
Like, why do they make you wait naked?
They give
I
you
make my
time,
wife
they
wait
give you time
naked.
to undress.
You don't have like a robe or nothing? Like a little...
Well, yes, the little cloth that goes over you, but your clothes and your phone are on the other side of the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us, our special guest. I kept it a surprise all day. You might know her from the News Junkie. You might know her. You're nominated for an award of some sort. Are you not?
Yes, I am.
Ladies
you
and
guys.
gentlemen, Sabrina.
Hey.
What's going on?
And I came at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You heard gynecologist. You ran in.
Yeah.
Tell us about your last gynecological visit.
I will,
Whoa.
actually.
My
No.
God. Weinstein over here. Jesus.
We got a plant in the
Yeah, if you want to get jacket in my begonias, you can.
I've already jacked off on your begonia. The last time I was there was right after I had done the Face of the Feminist comedy show.
Yes.
Oh no, yes, and I there was a psychic in the audience
Oh my God.
who had told her friend who knew me to let me know that I needed to check my thyroid immediately.
The
Is your
psychic told you
thyroid
that.
down there? Your thyroid's not down there.
No.
I don't
down
know.
there?
I don't know anything about
Your
science.
thighs are down there.
Which leads
What's
me to
the-
my
I have
gyno.
thyroids.
What's the crack called?
A
I'm
butt
sorry.
crack?
No, the front.
The front, vagina, vulva.
The up front?
Don't
the front
you,
butt.
Don't you do this.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, the next day I just happened to have a gynecologist appointment, so I asked my gyno when she had the duck lips inside me if I'm like, hey, funny story, psychic said I need to get my thyroid checked. Is that something y'all can take care of?
Yeah. She's like, let me get my long scope.
Need a longer glove.
Yeah. Need a longer hand. Hold on, let me get, I got Sean Bradley. He's a retired NBA star. He's going to come in here.
So what'd they say?
5 foot arms.
She looked up from me and was like, no, that's not us.
Yeah. We
So,
don't do that.
I mean, I didn't
And
do
then,
that.
so then you stood on your head and you said, now try.
Okay, hold on. So let me ask you, the women in the room. So when you go,
I'm
okay,
here.
'cause-
I'm listening.
All right, so
Here we go.
Okay, regular doctor's appointment.
This is where Sam and Sabrina will be horribly offended, and then you will plead ignorance.
No, I'll just shake my head and feel bad that he's.
So you go to the
So
doctor.
ignorant.
There's the lobby or whatever. You check in, whatever.
Yep.
Then they call you to the back,
Yep. Okay.
right? And then there's usually like a nurse. They check your vitals and all this stuff, and then they put you in a room, and they're like, "Hey, the doctor will come."
Right.
So with a gynecologist, when they put you in the room, do they say, "Hey, disrobe
Yes.
for the doctor"?
Yes.
Okay, so then you're waiting in there for a long period of time. Do they
Right.
give you a gown of some sort?
Well, I don't know about yours, but mine is like mostly like a vest. That is, yeah, it's like
What,
a
like you're working
construction
a
vest.
fucking TGI Fridays?
It's like a cloth
It's got flair.
It's a cloth
performance
vest
fleece.
that's open in the middle,
Performance
and then you sit on the table, and then you have the giant napkin that goes over
Yeah.
top of your lap.
Oh.
That's it.
Giant napkin. You're not in a fucking Sbarro.
So
This is what we have to deal with, guys.
do you get completely nude?
Yes.
Okay, so
Titties and all?
I leave my shirt on.
Oh, no.
I
I
got
leave
on
my shirt
bra.
on during sex, but that's only because
No,
I don't want my wife sucking
they
my
do breast
titties.
implants there too.
okay.
Because she will, because she's an animal like that.
Hold on,
Her dick's bigger too.
I feel like if I was a woman, I
Well, I mean, you're pretty close.
I take my pants off, put the thing on, and then wait until the doctor, then pull my titties out because I like
dump them.
That's more awkward.
I like how you're telling these women how they should be women.
Here's what you need to do.
I need you
complaining.
But if you're gonna tell me what to do with my vagina, sir, I need you to get in stirrup position.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting directly in front of you.
He had a fissure, so he had an old man in his ass for like months.
I had to get on a table, and then it was like a place to put your knees, and I had to lean over it. And then
he was like in one of those hipster chairs for typing all day.
It was like this. So
I sit in one of those.
It was like I had to put my knees on the chair like this, right? Okay, this is not exactly
doggy style.
Oh my God, Butler's standing behind you, by the way.
Then
Butler get in position.
Yeah.
There was like the table was slanted downward, so I had to lay on the downward, so my ass in
Put something nice for you to look at while you're facing that
No,
a hot air balloon.
And then
they usually put those
That's
on the.
above, yeah.
Then the doctor hit this pedal, and it raised my ass to eye level.
Can I get that for my bedroom?
And get this thing about eye level.
I just need that for bad gas.
So I feel your pain. I had to do it one time.
and then
never the same.
Only because you're here and I like embarrassing Tom, he had to give himself enemas and he had to lay on his side in his bathroom. He locked the doors and he don't talk about it. Were you surfing Bovada while you were waiting for it to?
No. That was before Bovada. I just feel like there should be a different system.
There's got to be a better way.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Because then you're sitting there nude
and that
the whole
speculum
time.
is cold, right? It's metal, and it's like it looks like one of those things you start a fire with.
Well, the craziest part is that they'll put it there, and they're like, all right, this is going to be different, and they
this is going to be uncomfortable.
This is going to be different.
They use kind of like
it's a crank system.
Yeah. Crank system.
Wow. We can't get. I think we can do better than that.
Use a different term.
I think we can
different.
Yeah.
What do you want in the room? You want like video games and stuff?
No, I'm just saying that.
Wait, are we saying gynecologist or are we saying proctologist?
You could put a TV on or
well,
something.
the gynecologist. Well, just to
because I say video games only in gynecologist because proctologist too gross. No video. I don't want to touch that controller. Wipe that thing down.
They should be like, okay, wait in here with the clothes on. Then we'll give you a 5-minute warning. Knock.
Yeah.
Oh, like a light. How about a light?
Yeah.
How about a light that comes on?
Or even like a whole show, like ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
The lights go down, like you're about to get your pussy scraped.
The doctor comes out of the
video
floor.
You watch on Virgin Airways.
Yes.
You know where you know you're about to taxi.
And they could use the same, hand signals if you think about it.
I like the doctor then popping out of the floor like Justin Timberlake in a concert, where he's like, din, 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 din,
So not the slow raise up. You're thinking.
No, Papa.
down.
Yeah.
He's thinking Kid Rock circa 2003.
Ball with the ball.
That sounds like a good time.
So all because you can't wait 20 minutes.
I'm just saying, it's annoying for women to have to wait in the entire time nude.
Serious question that has to do with Kid Rock and gynecology. Is there a little person gynecologist?
I think they have the same size genitalia.
No, is there a little person gynecologist who
like
has,
actual doctor?
Who has.
Wait, you mean the doctor is
who
the
has
person?
regular size clients?
Sure. I'm sure there is.
Is there a little person doctor at all?
I'm sure there is.
Well, I mean,
I think
somewhere
there's
in
one.
there.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to climb up my ladder here and take a look at what's going on.
Hi, doctor. I thought Mr.
Okay, this is going to be different. Oh shit! I dropped my little person-sized laptop in there. Please hold.
You can ask Mac when he comes back.
He doesn't know any doctors.
I'm for certain he's never been to the doctor.
I still got more and more hate about. We can't even say his real name now. That's where we are.
You got hate on that?
Yeah, like he likes to be called. I'll say it one time and one time only. He likes to be called Midget Mac. That's his name. But because we say that, like, I've gotten email after email of people like, this is insensitive, and I'm like, no, he said that's his name.
Now the lady from The Little Couple is a doctor.
No shit.
Yeah.
Are little people are the ones that are upset by it that listen to the show?
No, it's never little people. They don't care because they're like, hey, I'm a little person, and of course that stuff's
dealt
thrown
with
around.
worse,
Yeah.
All right. To those who think that it's insensitive, how do you feel about sliders?
What is that?
A midget.
I've never heard that term.
I've never heard that. I thought there was a tiny hamburger.
Yeah,
is that
mini
where they
burgers.
got it
That's what I thought.
Oh, that's what they're equating it as, like
Tiny
a burger
hamburgers.
slider.
Okay.
I never heard of that.
I just made it up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you want to start it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine then.
We'll see if you get emails. Let me know.
So, Sabrina, what's been going on?
Yeah, what's up?
Tell me about your award, because Daniel told me this morning you're up for an award.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, let's start from the beginning, and I'll make it quick. Orlando Weekly. From the
They're
first,
doing awards? No, I'm
first,
joking.
yeah. First year
God,
on
you
the
win
show,
'em all the time.
Second year on the show, third year on the show, I had been nominated for Best Radio Personality. Completely organic. I had not really pushed for it. And I always lost to Tom and Dan.
Dicks.
Mm-hmm.
Very sorry about that.
And it's okay, but
doesn't Johnny Magic always win every year?
No, that's Orlando Magazine, the one that matters.
No.
We always
none of them really matter.
Well, I mean, but the Orlando Magazine one is the one that you kind of want to win.
Oh.
You know.
I was really excited to be nominated. I mean, it was.
Why not?
I was
Yeah.
just starting. I was with you guys and whoever else was on there that I don't remember now, but it was really you guys I was excited about.
Yeah.
And then Watermark, I had started writing for them, and Real Radio got nominated and won an award, and then I took your award. I was there, and you had won Best
It's
Personality.
over there. In fact, it's got your name tag stuck to the back of it still.
I stole it, and I acted as Daniel Dennis throughout the
Butler,
entire night.
go read the one that's on all the way down across. It's up to the top. See where it says Daniel Dennis? What is that award? Because I forget what it is. I'm only saying this to stroke my own ego, by the way. Are you going to pull it off? Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, here it is. This was Orlando Sentinel's best bets. Yes, I told you.
Oh.
Sabrina's on the back of it. Here, I'll show you guys. So here's the award. And it's like 2015 Best Local Celebrity. So that's pretty broad.
Were you still there? You
And
were still at 104.1 then?
No.
No. Then how'd you win an award for 104.1?
Yeah, well, they didn't know.
Oh.
They didn't-
we were on a corporate
Technically,
time.
yeah,
Okay,
but they
okay.
also didn't know my intense hatred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even call me back when I tried to interview you when you got.
Is that true?
Yeah. Well, you were apprehensive to want to talk to me.
Yeah, because I got a lot of calls when I resigned. A lot of people.
You did eventually, though.
A lot of people were trying to be assholes, and then you just said, "I just want to play frisbee."
Oh, that was later.
Yeah,
No. But when you actually resigned, no, I took all your quotes from your YouTube video. That's right. You didn't. Call me back.
Oh,
You didn't
that's
even call
right.
me
You
back.
did write that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did. Anyway.
Yeah.
If they didn't know about your intense hate after that night, they did because I act as you. I was just like, "Fuck, real right."
You're
I
so
got my
funny.
own shit. I'm Daniel Dennis.
So you were the one that caused all the problems.
Yes, and
I love it.
with honor.
So what award are you up for now?
So this is Watermark, the
Okay.
Wave Awards. I've been writing for them for like 2 years now. The Viewpoints. My column's called Lady Fingers. And
I love it.
And then the awards came up, and I was like, "Fuck it! I want one plaque, just one plaque."
Yeah, why not?
Hanging in my little studio at home that I don't use at all. But maybe if the plaque is there, I'll get in there and do something.
So can people vote for you?
Yeah. So right now, I think it goes on until February 15th.
Can we put this in the Twitch chat room, please?
What's
And,
the award? What's the actual award?
It's for Best Radio Personality.
Ah,
So
who are you up against?
I'm up against Moira and a
Well,
nice
that should be
gentleman.
easy. She's not on the radio anymore, right? No offense.
God damn.
What?
Stone
fact.
Cold Killer.
No, I thought they're not saying anything
They
bad.
called him Tom Van the Iceman.
It's not bad. I mean,
I heard Jim Phil's fired her.
Tom
joking.
Van Iceman.
I'm joking. God damn.
Cold Killer.
It's a comedy show.
Dude, you are a killer.
yeah.
You're fucking. You're ice water in your veins.
I'm joking.
Who was
but
the other
for
person?
that sentence is why I'm gonna fucking lose.
Joking. Sorry.
Now I feel bad. Should I even promote it?
No, you should.
I'm sorry.
You gotta power through it.
I always have next.
You gotta
year.
power through it. He's still mad about the whole. You kind of dismissed his gynecological.
I don't know.
Yeah, he had this great
Make a
idea
joke.
over a whole. He's gonna revolutionize gynecology, and then you kind of shit on it. And now he's gonna try and get you back.
We can open up this place. You and have
We could.
gynecology.
I could do that. I think
two
I
rooms
could do
here.
that. I'm good. I like them. And I think I know the right ones. I can look at it and be like, ooh, and I can look at it.
I want Tom to be the gynecologist.
You guys-
What is this?
I don't know. I don't know what's at the top.
No one does.
I
That's at the top.
I just got a brilliant idea, and I would like you guys to sponsor it as Tom and Dan. And by sponsor, let me do it here. But
Yeah.
gynecologist,
Gynecologist.
cast.
Oh, okay.
Podcast while getting a gynecological.
Yeah, okay.
Gynocast.
Brilliant.
Gynocast.
Gynocast.
And it's just like a chill podcast, but you are getting a pap.
And why did I say that like Frankenstein? Gynocast.
So is
You
now,
said it at least with clear English, unlike me.
so is the doctor not saying anything? Is it like, are we interviewing the patient? and then they is that how it works, or are me and Daniel just observing?
No,
and
we're
then
not
talking
in there.
about-
We can't
You're doing play-by-play.
Girls don't want us to see that stuff, you know.
Well, they volunteered.
But my wife will come home, like, and there's all these things, there's all these rules, you know. She's like, well, tomorrow morning I have my exam, so you better not, you know, like, wallow it out.
Come on.
Wallow.
You know, or something like that. And I'm like, what do you mean? And then I
No,
make like
that's
a
not
baby.
true.
And I'm like, you don't love me. And I'm like, I'm going to be a baby, go to sleep. That's what I
They do
do.
prefer that you do not have sex before
Thank you.
your
Oh, really?
annual exam. Because they got to take samples
Well,
out of
this
there.
guy never has sex. He doesn't have to worry about it.
Well,
I want to have sex all the time.
What could happen?
There could be some leftovers in there.
Oh, my fucking God.
Hold on. Well, there's a difference between having sex.
We're talking about doing a gynocast. I can't
That'd be so much fun, though. Let's do it. Like,
It's actually a pretty clever idea because
you
you're not
guys-
showing anything.
if you have questions, you know, or
Yeah.
you guys could be in another room.
Like you
just
said, what's
talking
at the
to
top?
somebody, I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Oh, like headset style. Like we can't see anything, but we're
there will be a
interviewing.
screen in the ceiling instead of the hot air balloons.
And it's
It'll
us.
be you guys.
Like, what's up?
Yeah.
We know this is uncomfortable, but now you're going to be on our gynocast. Yay! First, let's big shout out to White Claw. We're doing all our sponsors and, you know, like rolling through the whole thing.
You know, we stepped on all over how do people vote. Sorry.
I virtually said they don't vote by getting their gyno
I
exam
think
recorded.
just like the awards that I'm trying to promote, you should nominate someone that you would want to hear on the Gynacast.
Hold on. Can you go?
Look, I will not let you execute your own voting. That's not fair.
Watermarkonline.com.
Okay.
Juan put a link in the Twitch chat.
Oh my God,
I'm
we were
sure
on
you
TV
can
the
find
whole
it
time,
on watermarkonline.com.
Okay,
I'll
watermarkonline.com.
go there
Go
now.
and vote for Sabrina so she wins.
or
We have-
somebody else, just in case.
No, vote for Sabrina.
Yeah, vote for Sabrina.
Yeah,
All right, fuck it, vote
yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Everybody else is garbage.
Yeah. Someone didn't work at radio anymore.
Wait, where? Favorite local politician, favorite local activist.
Are you guys in on this?
No.
They didn't even know about it, so I don't think.
No. Hold on, new business, favorite local hair salon. So it's just like all the other ones.
You guys can get nominated for an award right now if you kiss in the mouth.
They've done it.
Yeah,
we
we
have
have
totally done it.
It's one of my favorite pastimes.
We're
to
just
get
not
straight males
homophobes,
to
so it
kiss.
doesn't matter to us,
Exactly.
you know, like it doesn't.
And if someone doesn't want to do it, I'm like, so you must be a homophobe. Because if you're obviously comfortable with your sexuality, just give a platonic mouth kiss to your guy friend over here.
I feel like a peck anybody would be able to do without.
I don't
feeling weird
think
about
I
it.
trust. I don't think I trust people that get turned off enough to say they can't do that. Like if. Like, I'm talking to people, and I'd be like, yeah, give that guy just a peck on the mouth. And they were like, no, dude, I can't. I'd be like, I don't know if I trust you.
That's true, but also I wouldn't just do it if someone was like, "Hey, kiss this dude." They're like, "All right, I'm not gay. Let me do it."
I've gotten C-Lane and Sean a kiss in the mouth like 4 times already.
Ah.
One was at 2 years ago, Just Okay holiday party in front of like 1,000 people, and I just like ran on the stage like, "That was gay as fuck." You saw it. And then C-Lane's actually saved me from a creepy guy. They was just like really smothering. I was at the bar. I texted him like, "Where are you?" This guy's weirding me out. And C-Lane walks up to him, grabs him in the face, because at that point he was like, "Come on, just give me a kiss on the
C-Lane's a
cheek."
big dude, too.
And he grabbed the guy's face and kissed him in the mouth, and the guy walked out of the bar.
Yeah.
Never
Oh,
to see
really?
him
I
again.
left.
Yeah.
I left so quickly.
Why? 'Cause his lips are so damn soft.
My buddy the Wizard was notorious for every New Year's Eve kissing all of our guy friends on the mouth, and he made it a point to do that. It was fine. It's just at a certain point you're trying too hard to be shocking. In his case, he's doing it on purpose. Trying to piss people off.
Do we want to? Do you want to sit in on some news?
Yeah, I would love to sit.
Bus, did you print them out? Are you
I
good?
did.
If I start your theme song, are you good to
Well,
go?
should we take a break?
Good call.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good call. Let's reset, and then we'll come back. Sabrina's here. The bus is here. We've got other guests that are here. Butler, are you mad that Sabrina took her seat? I mean,
You can sit in the middle.
we got to put the real talent on the couch. I'm sorry.
Oh my God,
He's
that's
gonna
so
cry
sweet.
now.
I want to get Sabrina in on my scam
I love scams.
You'll hear. Oh, yeah.
But
We'll be rich. You want to be rich?
I don't even know what he's got so many that I don't even know what he's referencing.
I have 4 working scams now, and I'll let you know exactly what I'm doing.
It's not so much of a scam as a heist or a grift.
Heist?
Oh,
it's a heist.
yeah, I'm in on this one. I'm
I'm
actually the engineer on the build.
I got Big Tim Murphy in.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm out on this.
I'm in.
We're gonna need Seth because we're gonna need some muscles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need Seth on
To
this
fight
one.
the chimpanzee.
The worst
Yeah, yeah.
Oceans sequel ever.
We need a tiny Asian to pop out of a box.
This is the newest sequel called Ocean of Shit.
I want to see Big Tim's job on this one.
He's the
No,
driver.
you don't.
Oh,
You don't.
okay.
He's the gynecologist. It's just very weird.
Hey, y'all, open your butt.
Hey, baby. Looks good to me. Gotta go and corral.
You want a lollipop?
All right, let's take a little break. Local band, 430 Steps. They're good friends of Tony Rage. Florida hardcore, folks, and I love it. We'll be right back with more Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Get wild!
Anyway, they
fine
have
with it.
Taco Bell. They have regular tacos there, but they also have booze there. That's kind of the difference.
Is that the only difference?
It's supposed to look a little more
supposed to look
hip and
fancy,
modern.
yeah.
That's about it.
When you get the food, is it still the fast
It's
food?
the same
though?
food.
Pretty much. I think there might be a few items that are a little
They
bit
don't have any,
tweaked.
like,
Plates
yeah,
or-
like, I remember when McDonald's would have, like, the McDonald's Bistro?
There's still some of those.
Yeah, and then you'd go in there, and it'd be like, it was a whole, a totally different
They have
experience.
like paninis. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A has one where it's like a Chick-fil-A, the original Chick-fil-A, and I'm ready for the jokes to come launched my way, was called the Dwarf Inn.
Really?
I think it was called Truett Cathy's. Look this up. Truett Cathy.
That's
who
her
is-
name. The woman who.
No, Truett Cathy's the man.
Oh, that's okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
the name of the person who's in charge.
Yeah,
of
the man
company,
is named
or was.
Truett Cathy, who started Chick-fil-A. And
He has a
had
girl's last
and
name.
the first thing, the first thing he started was called, I believe it was called the Dwarf Inn.
And what was it?
It was a little restaurant that served these chicken sandwiches with the pickle and the whole nine.
Oh, okay.
it's the Dwarf House.
The Dwarf House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the original Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, it was called the Dwarf House.
Was he a dwarf?
No.
Was
never
it because
say that. You know what? You can get your shit and get the fuck out of here. You never say that on the show.
Now the Taco Bell Cantina, is there a demand? Like, okay, because Samantha brings up a good point. There's a Gringo's downtown.
There's
so-
a million tacos. There's Fuzzy
Yeah.
Tacos.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a few taco places downtown. Tin and Taco.
Yeah, but I mentioned.
Yeah, but what about price?
They're cheaper. I mean, sometimes.
Of course,
I mean,
Taco
they're
Bell's gonna be
cheaper.
Yeah, it's going to be cheaper,
What
right?
about
Yeah.
diarrhea?
What
bring up
about
a
that?
good
You know
point.
what? Thank you.
Yes,
That's
but
why you're here.
I also think it is a 24-hour Taco Bell.
Oh, it might be. I don't know. It
shit.
doesn't
I
say it
believe that
here.
it is.
But that's kind of weird
You
because
guys, do you guys
Well, when you're
like?
getting
I
hammered
like.
downtown,
Yeah,
a
but
lot of things close at
I
2
like
or
Taco
3.
Bell. I'm not afraid to admit that I fucking like Taco Bell.
Get
Why?
the fuck out of here. Get your shit in here.
I got
Why,
burned
but
out.
why has it become a bad thing to like Taco Bell?
It's not.
It's not. I think I burned myself out.
But like, okay, let's like
What, were you
Gringo's.
eating at like breakfast, lunch, dinner, or like
No, but every time I would get drunk, like on the weekends, that would be our go-to because it would be open later.
favorite drunk food? Bustecker, go.
Oh, I
No, you got to
I
think
do
quick.
like
You got to think
taco.
quick.
I would say tacos.
Pintos and cheese, Taco Bell. Weird.
Pintos and cheese.
Pintos
You
and
are weird,
cheese.
Sabrina.
Are we cooking at home or getting
Either or.
food?
Either or.
Recently, Big Time Kitchen.
What's that?
Big
Great chicken, Thornton Park.
Big
Oh,
time.
fancy.
No, it's
yeah,
like a
yeah.
family home style.
Uber Eats, though, it's like one of the only ones
Big
open
time
late.
kitchen. Is it fried chicken, roasted chicken?
Fried chicken, Southern
Oh,
style.
that
It's-
sounds good.
fried chicken is awesome.
it's so
Sam.
good.
Wawa beef quesadilla.
Whoa, they
Well,
have.
actually,
I didn't know.
Can I
they
change
had
my
beef.
answer?
Yeah.
Actually, growing up in Michigan, coney dogs are the best.
Coney dogs?
Yeah, it's
For
a
when
chili
you're
dog with
drunk?
hot dog and mustard. Oh, they're so good,
I
so
don't
good.
know.
Tom.
Raw oysters with V8.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I love
And
it.
everybody knows that mine is a chilled pumpkin bisque.
But all I'm saying is, okay, Gringos is open till 3, I believe, downtown.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but it's slammed at 3, and it's small. It's a small location. This is gonna be a big cantina taco.
Yeah, how much is one taco at Gringos?
It's like $3.
It's more expensive, but the thing is, you're
This
drunk.
just in, Owen from Ono Radio Show said he would sell his entire show out. Like immediately, like literally not even thinking about anything, just bye-bye.
I'm asking why. Okay, there's a price difference, I understand, but if you're drunk downtown, you're gonna go for what I believe like just a quality product.
I'm assuming
as opposed
it's
to
price
fast food.
and time.
Yeah, but if you're drunk,
Yeah.
you might not care.
True.
I
I
mean,
guess
they
so.
don't make Mexican pizzas at Gringos Locos.
That's
Nothing
true.
against Gringos Locos.
Yeah. Man, to make a quesadilla, it's just better. Mexican pizza at Taco
But
Bell is
wouldn't
garbage.
they? I mean, if you asked
But
them,
at 4
maybe.
a.m., it's amazing.
maybe. Hey, but let's talk to our friends at Gringos.
He's dying.
Maybe they would
Make a Mexican? No, because then
Make a
they're selling out.
What do you mean selling out? No, they're well. Maybe it'll be like a signature Tom and Dan item.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
They have the guaco taco that I believe you can only get at the Amway.
I think
Gringos.
so.
Wait a minute. Isn't a Mexican pizza just an
We have somebody that works at the Amway that is verifying. that.
Yeah,
So-
guaco taco Gringos, right? And I think you can only get it at the Amway. My wife had it one time; she fucking loved it. And then we went to another location. They're like, "I'm sorry, that's only at the Amway," and she's cursing the sky. And but yeah, of course
Is it
you're
just
gonna.
guacamole in a taco? They can't do that?
How dare get the fuck out of here. You answer, Reno.
You know what?
Everybody get the fuck out.
I thought I was forgiven. How is it?
You are. He's in the shit house
But
now.
this
guy.
Mexican pizza is an open face quesadilla, right? It's just
No,
a
it's hard shell.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard shell.
It's like a crispy.
So it's a hard shell open face quesadilla.
Double hard shell.
Layers.
Some sort of beans, or you can go queso, and then you put one shell down, and then it's like queso or beans or something. You put another shell on top.
Okay.
And then you put like some sort of tomato stew on the top. I'm going by the Taco Bell
So it's a
one, and
hard shell quesadilla
Layered.
with shit on top.
Layered.
No, it's a Mexican pizza.
I was just asking.
Did they have Mexican pizza at your schools growing up? Like that
No.
that was an item? No,
We
we,
didn't
had
have
that.
that.
No,
We
had
did,
Mexican
yeah.
pizza.
No, we never had that.
Yeah, it was just pizza with cheddar cheese, I think, on it. Instead
Oh,
of mozzarella
okay, yeah,
cheese.
They put a couple of like green onions on
Yeah,
it.
I didn't
call
eat
it a
much.
day.
I didn't eat the school lunch because I wasn't poor. So. That's a Michigan thing.
Yeah, that was for poor and
And yet
specials.
you live in
Yeah.
Castleberry now.
Yeah.
How dare you?
I was like, hey, look at these guys. My special. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh.
Moving
What,
on.
is he- yeah,
Are we
do
done
that?
with that?
What? He-
You're about
that
to
guy
get
was
some
fine. He was
angry
just a
emails.
mumble rapper. You guys, you thought that I was going to go like R word. I was not. That was Little Yachty. I went. Everyone knows. I went to school with Little Yachty's dad, Big Yachty.
So there is a story out of Pembroke. Pembroke. Oh,
There he is,
shit.
Big Yachty. Everybody.
Pembroke
Pembroke
Pines.
Pines.
I'm just gonna read this. So in Pembroke Pines this week, a Florida repair crew tending to what it thought was a sinkhole discovered what was actually an underground tunnel
Oh, I saw this.
leading to a Chase bank.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
And now the chase begins.
Yeah.
So the tunnel was found Tuesday night after city workers discovered an underground passage with a power cord running through it. The 2-foot by 2-foot tunnel led to a nearby Chase Bank location, but didn't make its way all the way to the branch. So authorities found a winch that was used to bring a small wagon inside the tunnel.
Wench, bring my wagon in.
There was also a pickaxe and a small generator in the
Were the
passage.
seven dwarves there too?
Yeah, I like how all of the technology is like,
shit.
oh, they found a lantern, a pickaxe, and an oversized stocking cap.
Okay, maybe this is a question only for someone who understands the architecture of a bank.
Go on.
But in a bank vault, right?
She's right here.
So the bank vault, is there a vault under the floor as well,
I don't
or is
know.
it just the
I
floor?
think it depends on the bank.
I don't think there's. I mean, it'd be a
Regents
lot
doesn't
of
have
money.
a vault like that.
So it's the vault is just the walls,
Probably.
and the
Pretty sure it's
ceiling.
floor too. I think
Wait,
it's like a safe
no,
room
you
kinda
gotta go.
scenario.
You gotta protect the bottom.
100%.
You think
It's-
so?
I don't know.
It's not like a
Why would they
coffin.
do it though? Like
With
To
steel.
protect the money that's in the fucking
but
vault.
you would only protect it from a weird tunnel, which is super unlikely.
But don't you have to protect it from everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
like fire? Well, the walls and the ceiling would protect it from fire and flood.
Not
and
necessarily. I mean, what if it started burning and then the fire burned under and started burning the money?
Well, the money's insured, though, isn't it?
True. Yeah,
banks-
it would be.
stuff. The vault. I mean, the vault is sealed in every.
Sam, will you look up? Do vaults have bottoms or something? I don't know.
So the tunnel. I'll just say the tunnel was a few feet under the ground. A dog went in. A cadaver dog was sent in to see if anybody was in there. Nobody was in there, and they don't know who did this.
Well, where was the other end? Like, where's the beginning of the tunnel? Was it in someone's house?
No, it was like 50 feet away, underneath, I think, a road. So I think there was
It was a piece of plywood, right?
I don't know exactly,
It was
but
in
there was
Florida,
like
so
a.
it collapsed, and
yeah.
so they don't know where it started, but they had it. They had like 50 yards, right? Of
From
like,
what I read, when they got to what they thought could be the source, there was an area where somebody had placed a piece of plywood over the top of it.
Well, the poor part
like
of
in the
collapsed.
middle of the like
field.
In the middle of the field,
Yeah.
really?
I mean, like the vibe I got was like, you know, like when you watch these moonshiner shows, and then they have their still, and I know it's all fake, but the part that's not fake is the part that there are people that make that stuff illegally, and then they hide it out, you know, and so they camouflage it.
Yeah, but the
You
thing
know,
is,
so it was camouflage, like it was meant to hide the.
But maybe the idea is to get into the bank, like go in and then get in, like appear from the ground.
But that's what we
and
need
then
to know.
you're
Like
inside.
GynoCast, you pop up from the ground.
Yeah, I mean, what if it was just? What if it was
Start putting
just
the
for
money in.
Kid Rock to take money out? You know?
there's been a movie about this, right? Like, didn't someone do this in a bank robbing movie one
I don't
time?
know.
What, dig into the bank?
Oh, was that
every Looney Tunes cartoon?
yeah.
That
ever.
was Incredibles too.
there was
Yeah.
a bank robbing
Every
movie
Acme cartoon.
where they built like a fake wall and the person hid behind it in a bank. Remember, I forgot what movie that was, but
Oh yeah.
It-
Oh,
That
that-
one where they're all magicians, right?
no, that was a different one. But
So-
so my question is though, if there's a field near a bank,
Magicians are nerds.
and this kind of ties in perfectly to my great heist that I'm going to get Sabrina into.
Oh, God.
But but the
She
field.
doesn't need that kind of stress. man.
No.
My whole point is like it's going to take a while to dig this tunnel,
All
right?
Playing the long game.
But so you have to show up to this field and then like look around and then get in and put the plywood over and start
Kinda
digging.
genius.
The news report that I heard actually stated that the rain had actually collapsed the tunnel. There was all that rain the past week.
Yeah.
It collapsed the tunnel to a certain degree, and they didn't know where it originated, and the tunnel was completely collapsed. So they don't know where it started, but all
First
the rain,
suspect, Missy Elliott.
boom.
It could be old too. Like it
be
could
an
have
old
been like a
tunnel.
plot that some
What's
guy
that?
did,
Could
and
be
then
an old
years
tunnel.
later, then it collapsed, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Absolutely.
And then this
We
could have
still
been done
need to
8 years ago.
Talk to Don Price about that tunnel under the Beecham.
Yeah. Couldn't it be a tunnel from somebody that was
wanna get
trapped
in there.
in
Yeah,
the
we're
bank?
trying to get in there.
What if you were trapped in the fucking
Trying to
vault
tunnel out?
and you tunneled out and you got so far you think you're going to get to safety and you died?
Because you could tunnel into the bank and wait for the employees to get there. Now you're not on the cameras going into the bank, and then you rob the
Right.
bank, and then you go out through the tunnel.
But you'd have to kill everyone.
Yeah,
Roger Rabbit.
This guy's
but they wouldn't know who did it because they didn't see you come in.
Stone cold like Tom.
Now, if the plan was to tunnel to the vault and then tunnel up through the vault, that's my whole point. Is there a floor, like a super thick metal floor
Yeah.
that you would have to?
I
like,
would guess yes,
At
because
least
when
I'm
they
assuming it's concrete,
But
right?
could you drill it, or could you explode it? The vault, if it is underneath the ground.
If it's concrete, you can knock it through.
So you're
easier.
saying dig under it, then put your explosives in,
Yes.
back out of your tunnel, blow it
it
up. The money falls through, dig out what you can, then get out.
Maybe.
It's like,
I
put a
believe-
vacuum in there like Lucky Logan. Suck the money out.
I believe anything
Very
after
few people
watching the little bike track that they made for what was it, Chavez?
El Chapo.
Or El
Oh,
Chapo. Why did I say Chavez? Jesus Christ. that white claw's kicking in. After seeing the little bicycle track that they made him, so like jump on this bike and then ride it down this track. And I'm
It
like,
was motorized. It was hauling ass.
yeah, I would believe anything now because
Yeah.
like never underestimate people with a lot of time and a plan. You know, like they'll make it happen.
It's Shawshank. You could dig it a little bit at a time, but the problem
You've
with-
mentioned that on every show since we started the show.
The problem is though, like exploding your way through it would cause a lot of problems,
True.
and then like getting the money out before the cops. I mean, think about it. Once a bank alarm goes off, what do you got? 2 minutes before cops show up, even if it's the middle of the night, 5 minutes. Like, there's no way then
Depends on the area.
you can get all the money out in enough time. Then pop up through some fucking open field, and then you're loading the car.
No,
Like,
but no, you just
it's-
got to play it cool.
the only
you got to like literally like be calm. If you can be calm, I think you could get away.
You should load it into like a John Deere, so if anybody comes by, you're just taking care of the field. Like you're
Hold on, you're in Pembroke Pines. It's a fucking suburban neighborhood like Orlando. Like my uncle lives in Pembroke Pines. It's just as populated as any place in Orlando.
Maybe this might be the case of somebody who was really stupid and thought they could build a tunnel under a bank.
You're right. Maybe years ago.
They do have bottoms, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It's steel reinforced concrete.
Oh, that's what I thought. Why would they leave it open? That's stupid.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense.
Then that would take a long. Like you'd have to somehow get to the point where you only have like a little bit to go. Like you drill it out to the point where it's only like a 2-inch thick floor, and then you wait till the bank first closes. Then you break through, steal all the money, get it out through the tunnel.
There's a cleaning crew.
But they don't go in the vault.
Well, you kill them. You kill them.
Is there alarms or like motion
especially if they're
detectors?
little people?
There's gotta be.
In the vault, though?
I have motion detectors in my house. Like, I mean, let alone in the vault where
That's
there's
because
money.
you're into some weird shit.
And also,
this guy films his sex.
And what?
Guilty.
And then he goes back and he's like, I could have done that better.
What purpose
Guilty guy.
would it serve to put a motion detector inside the vault? Like, there would never be anything in there.
But why not?
Unless
I mean,
someone
what's it
was
going to
stuck.
cost you? 99 bucks?
Yeah, you're right.
You
You're
put a
right.
motion detector- Holy shit, there's
there's
motion in the
less than
vault.
that. Yeah.
You know, like, why not? Put a motion detector in your refrigerator in your house. Like, who the fuck cares? Do it all.
All right, well, this is the perfect segue, and I won't make this long. So,
That's what I said to my wife, and it was true.
So here's the grift or the heist.
We teased this on ACT, and
Okay.
I'm fully in,
Okay.
but I'm going to need 25. And I'm going to need, God.
How much money?
Well, no, I need Edward
I have
from
no money.
Edward
That's
from
what you're
the.
pitching to
No,
me.
this is gonna
No,
get us money.
I need Edward from the BDM page. He's a leather worker. He makes knives. Those beautiful knives he makes. But before that, he was a leather worker. I still think he dabbles in it. I'm going to need 25 Big Tim-sized belts. 25.
Yeah, all right.
Handmade.
Oh, I figured out. Okay, Sabrina, you can be...
And a coffin. I need a coffin.
I got a coffin, actually.
Do you?
I can get a coffin.
Okay.
You can be
You're in.
our salesperson because Tracy's...
Oh, Butler's out.
Butler gets to do nothing.
Butler's too bumbling.
be a team.
We'll be killed in 2 minutes.
I don't know numbers. I know charm.
No,
Let's
yes,
fucking do
exactly.
it.
But you need to broker the deal
All
with Tracy
Butler wants
Morgan.
to do is to do one of your schemes, and you always cut him out.
So
He's going to be the one that fucking kills you.
Here's the plan. I saw Tracy Morgan on Jimmy Kimmel Live the other night, and he was talking about his house and how he had a 20,000-gallon fish tank in his pool room, and he had sharks and shit. He's rich because obviously...
You need me to talk like Tracy Morgan.
That sounded like Bill Cosby. Oh my God.
So
check my drink.
He was talking about having the sharks, obviously with his accident and Walmart payout, it was like $100 million.
Yeah.
So the guy's rich. Plus, he was rich already.
Yeah, he
so
made a joke
double
about
rich.
how if Pepsi, if a Pepsi truck needed to run into his limousine, he'd volunteer himself.
Yeah,
which is really fucked up.
But so he mentioned in this segment, and this is what made me think of it. He mentioned Bubbles, the chimp, and what Michael Jackson's old chimpanzee Bubbles.
Yes.
Now I know where Bubbles is. I've seen him. He's at a place down south.
What's the
an ape
legality
rescue.
about planning a heist on like?
You're also telling your plan on air.
That's fine. No one will believe it. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Are you going to steal a fish or something?
No, we're stealing a chimpanzee.
Yeah. So here's the thing. He mentioned he's like I think he said I want to have Bubbles or whatever. So I was like, I'm like, I know where Bubbles is. I bet you. Now, here's the thing. It involves us breaking into
Isn't this just the plot
chimp
of Ace
rescue.
Ventura? They stole a dolphin.
How dare you?
Tom Ventura.
So we steal Bubbles.
Okay.
Drive
That's why we
it
need the
up.
coffin. You got to put him in the coffin so he won't hurt himself or anybody else.
Are you
Then
sure
we
that-
use the 25 belts to strap the coffin so he can't kick the door
Because
open.
he's
and start-
stronger than 5 men.
Yeah. So you
I
get
don't
sure
think
he's
we
still
need
alive?
belts for
Yes.
that.
He's
yeah,
like
you need
41.
belts. What are you going to use? Super glue? What do you,
Are they strong
A
at
rubber
41? Because I really
Yo,
They're
they're
weaker.
a
strong.
lot of lips
They-
and
No, they're strong until the day they die. They'll rip your. They'll literally
they go
rip
for
your butt ass
They
off.
pull your genitals off.
But
Yeah.
can they
For
rip your
eyes,
hands?
lips, and nose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they go for first.
Oh, yeah.
They first thing
What
they're
if they
gonna.
have mittens on?
First
Can they
thing-
do that?
Why are you going to be nominated to put the mittens on the chimpanzee?
Put the mittens on. He's ripping my butt ass off. It's like, I
Mints
threw
aren't
my
gonna
butt ass
make
out.
He ate the first mint, and we only have one fucking mint. What do we do? Then we're shooting him. Then it goes haywire. Then we're like, oh, everybody, we're scattering. We're scattering. I'm running through some tunnel. I'm on an El Chapo bike.
We have to tunnel into the Great Ape exhibit. That's easy to tunnel in.
Can't we just fake that we have bubbles?
Well, here's the problem.
No, he'll know.
We need to
He'll
go.
know.
See,
Bubbles has a tattoo on his stomach that says Bubbles.
Michael Jackson was here.
So once we steal Bubbles, we drive him up to Tracy Morgan's mansion in New Jersey. You then make the
You're
deal.
like, hey, come look at this coffin with 25 belts on it. I've already got 24 of them undone. We only need to get the center
1 million.
I hate to bust your grift here, Tom, but why couldn't he just buy him from the sanctuary himself?
No, because it's not for sale.
No,
That's
no.
the problem.
They're never going to let him go because they're like Tom's
They
mother-in-law.
care about animals.
They care about ambulances. Who doesn't? You know.
Can I read you
You're
guys
not even
something?
drinking.
Yeah, I started White Claw a while ago.
Oh,
I was just hiding it from you.
Tom Van.
Once we called my wife, I got scared that she wasn't going to let me start drinking, so I started early.
It's
Hey, come to my
Close it up.
party. Don't go home.
I feel like we're gonna get flagged just for saying like kidnapping Bubbles.
Right.
He's been around for decades.
You can say anything now.
According to this story, Bubbles is the dominant chimp in the group. So,
That's why we need the coffin, you idiot.
so I'm saying he's not this weakling.
Well, that's
no,
why he
that's
gets
what I'm
Seth.
saying. You guys think this is my first fucking chimp stealing?
Seth is stronger than Bubbles, or at least
Yes, we need-
comparable.
We need
strength.
no.
Why are we
He's
fighting
he's
Bubbles?
nowhere near as strong.
Wait,
but with
who
his,
wins? Chimp, Silverback.
Oh, the chimp all day long. But
Yeah,
he knows enough moves that he can he can at least hold his own, hold him off enough where he's got a solid 6 minutes before he rips his butt ass out. Right? Wouldn't you agree with that?
That's when we get him in the coffin. That's when we get in the car. We get up to New Jersey.
25
Sabrina
belts, and that's going to be hard. That's why I'm going to
knocks
need you
on the
guys.
door.
tosses
You,
when Seth
you guys
loses.
got to. I need you guys on 2 belts apiece, and I need you to ratchet it, stick the thing in, and buckle it, and then we're done. And I need handmade real leather belts because it's not going to work.
Big
and I
Tim,
need a coffin.
yeah, he'll be our driver because he knows how to talk to the cops.
Yeah,
so
fast talking.
When we get into
Beautiful, luscious red hair.
once we broker the deal, it's $1 million. I mean, I take the vast majority because I've come up with a plan.
Wait,
and
who's
I'm
gonna buy
gonna-
the-
I mean, you would.
who's
You,
the chimp?
you wouldn't have known how to do any of this. I mean, like I say, I'm at least in for a solid 35%.
Yeah, 35.
Yeah.
Wait, who's gonna pay the ransom?
Dude, haven't you seen Fire? We'll get some.
Tracy Morgan, not the ransom. No, we
There's
sell
no
it to
ransom.
Tracy Morgan.
We're not going back
No,
there.
they
Well,
need to think Bubbles is dead.
agreed. So we're gonna need
Fake death.
We need a
Chop
gorilla
its
costume
finger
and
off.
a lot of newspaper.
Oh, that's where M-word Mac comes in. We may need to kill someone.
I thought you said N-word.
No,
And I
M-word.
was like, dude,
M-word.
you've gone too far.
M, not N. Everybody knows it.
Slider Mac.
There it is.
We need Slider Mac.
All right, next
How
story
much
about
does Bubbles weigh? Real quick. Does
Oh
anyone?
yeah, it says here he weighs.
Well, he's 35 years old.
It says he weighs 12 stones, and I think it's
Butler.
He's
I
between
think-
160 and 170 pounds.
Yeah.
About $1.80.
160.
Yeah, but it's all muscle.
Yeah,
man.
pure-
It's
it's
all
heavy.
muscle and nicotine.
Well,
Because
shoot
then
him
they
with a
smoke.
Yeah, I was
tranquilizer.
gonna say, why
He's
don't you
dead
do
weight
that?
too. That's heavy, bro.
Wait a minute. If I leave a trail of
Skittles.
Bananas.
no, he likes
E.T..
cigarettes, right?
Oh yeah.
He does.
So if I leave a trail of cigarettes to the coffin, he sees it, he's like, oh, and I'm like, shut up!
Yeah.
And then we shut it. I'm like, belt him! And we
Yeah,
belt. And then I've got stuff in there, but I've got good shit in there. Girl Scout cookies, jars of peanut butter, a live fish,
Yeah.
a salmon.
Once he eats through all that in about Alabama, and he punches one punch.
No,
We're like, ah! And then we start throwing people
Yeah.
back there.
Well, then
to-
I just start handing him things, because
Oh,
I've got a basket of
cigarettes.
fruit. I give him a carton of cigarettes and stuff in the hole. I put some fruit in there.
Have you ever considered maybe he just wants to sit in the car like the rest of us?
No, never let
This
that.
sounds
Because next thing you know, you're going down the exit. You're like, oh, we'll stop at a Hardee's, and he rip your butt ass.
yeah, he
It
gets
actually
mad.
sounds like a hilarious comedy.
No,
Cross
no,
country.
It could be in a
With
movie too.
monkey.
Yeah.
It's a horrible. No, it's a
All right.
horror movie.
All right, next.
What's
last
your stance on drinking on planes?
one. Oh,
What, are they gonna? Are they gonna shut it down? Because I'll never fly again. No, I'm being serious. You know that.
Yeah, 100%. on most every flight I've been on, I always order alcohol.
Lots of drinks or just like a few?
Well, they don't let you. You know what sucks is they give you one, and then you have to walk back like an animal to and bother the lady just sitting minding her own business. You're like, I gotta have one more.
Unless
sweet water.
Unless the lady knows you and I, and this stewardess, we were on I think it's when we went to San Fran. Or thank you, stewardess. And so we were going to San Fran, and the lady, remember, she goes, here, just take them. And she gave us 4 beers. And she didn't even charge us because she was like, if I do this and get these troublemakers out of the way, like she literally dismissed us first.
So a British man who got drunk and whose actions forced a WestJet plane from Calgary to London to have to turn around now has to pay $21,000 to the airline to account for fuel costs.
Ooh.
So this guy pleaded guilty to resisting arrest and not adhering to safety instructions.
I said I'm sorry.
And and part of the restitution was he has to pay $22,000 to WestJet, which was the amount of the cost of the fuel, the return. He drank approximately 6 alcoholic beverages prior to boarding the plane.
I've had way more than 6 before.
That's because he also had some Xannies or whatever else. You
oh,
know,
dude,
some
you've
Ambien.
seen me. I've had 2 French fries.
Yeah.
6 beers at the Outback Bar. Get on the plane. 6 beers.
Yeah.
We're descending. 2 more beers. Get off the plane. Steak dinner. 5 beers. I'm guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. I'm
He's
done.
fine. But people go
totally fine. He put me in a coffin. 25 belts. I'm punching crazy.
Is it the?
Why don't you just dress Dan as a monkey?
Never do that. But I think it's the
You're all
altitude.
matched here. You're out of your league. You don't know what you're doing. You know what? Get the fuck out of here.
See, I contend that it's something more than just the like, because this
I
guy
agree with
probably
you.
had.
I'll tell you. I can tell you.
Okay.
So he had. Well, you mean what he drank?
Well, also the something also fucks with people
It makes
like
you drunker.
in
The
planes.
altitude,
yeah. Like they're taking drugs and like or Ambien and Xanax and then beer and then they start trying to open the fucking exit door.
So anyway, yeah, he tried to go to the bathroom, and then they told him to go back to his seat, and then he got aggressive with the flight attendants and another passenger.
I'm not going anywhere. Oh no, he was British. I'm not going anywhere.
How authentic is that? Pretty good. I think.
So they diverted the flight, and now he has to pay for the fuel. So don't get too drunk, I guess, on a plane.
Well, here's the thing: you can get as drunk as you want. Just listen to people. Like if you get up,
Yeah, but when you're that drunk, you don't listen to people.
I saw a guy not be able to board his flight.
Because
was
you're
that
too
with you?
drunk.
I thought that was with you.
Sometimes they'll see a person, they'll look in his eyes, and they'll be
Yeah,
like,
I saw a guy get like denied, and what was weird that did not fit the stereotype of what I would think. He didn't get angry. He was like, "You're right." He was like calm.
Yeah.
Like
what are you gonna do? I mean, you
he
could
was
be a
like
jerk
what I
about
imagine you would be drunk, like very calm. He's like, "You're right. All right, I'll get the next one." They're like, "Yeah, you just gotta wait for the next one," and they were cool about it.
Yeah.
But like I've seen it happen before, and then sometimes I think that it's going to happen to me because I'm not as bad as I used to be. But I would go. You saw me. I would go in hard, and then as they're checking
but
my
you would
ticket,
never cause problems.
Yeah, but as they check my ticket, I would like straighten up. I'd be like, and I'd be like, like trying to hold it together, I'm like holding it, shaking all over the place, or I just give it to you and just scan them both.
Have you ever been refused to either go into an establishment or like on a plane or anything because you were too drunk?
Yes.
Yeah.
Were you just nervous to go flying, or you just like to drink?
Nervous.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I had an intense fear of
Tom,
flying.
you got it at that comedy place, right?
No, at the bar, at the fucking country bar.
No, it was at
Why bar? Why not loud?
Why not loud?
Lounge,
who gets turned down the why not?
I know. That's what the ridiculous. And fucking Bo Rhodes was dancing on the table with his shirt off. Yeah, I went in with him, and then he immediately took his shirt off, dancing on the table. They're like, "Sir, you're too drunk. Get out of here." I'm like, "What the fuck?" It's because I get googly eyed or like
they gloss over.
When I get real drunk.
You do a little bit of this. You do like.
Cross-eyed.
Yeah.
I got refused to go into a bar in Vegas, and I started arguing with the barman. Yeah, I was like, "I'm too drunk to come in." I did that thing.
I believe to take some heat off of you right now, my friend. I believe that you helped me not get killed by a bouncer on our pub crawl.
That's true.
because he was like, "Hey, you've had too much to drink." I'm like, "Fuck you!" Like, immediately aggro. And,
You were kind of aggro.
Yeah, and
you
Sam-
also kicked me while we were walking.
You know,
to
I regret that to this day. I regret this. I thought you were my wife, and it was uncalled for. Hashtag me too.
Let's do one more story.
One more?
Yeah.
All right. I'll skip to the last one. So, because it's the Super Bowl this weekend, Pizza Hut is rolling out a new deal.
Are we all over Pizza Hut?
I have been over Pizza Hut for
I think
years.
we're all over
Well,
Pizza
you
Hut.
might like this new deal. Who knows? So, Pizza Hut is celebrating the Super Bowl with an unusual contest. Free pizza for a year for the parents of the first baby born after kickoff.
No.
All right.
Push, you bitch!
So the pizza chain said parents of babies born after Super Bowl kickoff on Sunday can enter to win a year's supply of free pizza by posting photos of the newborn on Twitter along with the official time of birth.
What if you adopt a kid? No?
No, that doesn't count.
Well, that's not a real kid.
It's not your real
Everybody knows that. I mean, like, you'll never love it as much as something that came out of you. It's just a fact.
I don't know
you're
what
paying
this-
for it. I'd love the shit out of it.
The stat of how often children are born, it's going to have to come down to like the seconds. And
Yeah.
therefore there
Yeah.
should be actual, timed per the second of when it
metadata.
came out.
Oh, yeah.
But metadata, you would be
Birth certificate. has
And what's
time.
born all the way out of
You're right.
umbilical
No.
cord, shoulder.
Once
Then
his
it becomes
head's
a
out.
sporting competition.
Yeah,
I'm like,
would you-
get his feet out.
Would you gamble on this?
I would.
You can't gamble on anything. You gamble if you're going to die on the leaving you.
I already did. Odds are
Just pay me
against
before.
you. Although when they do these free pizza for a year things, the corporations always like cheap out, and they're like,
It's one pizza every month.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You don't get
it
to-
should be as much as I
Yeah.
want. I should be able to order a pepperoni pizza, rub it on my balls, throw it in a dumpster, and make me a new one, slave.
Yeah. You should be able to order whenever you want,
Yeah,
all
I
day
agree with
long.
you.
But they limit it to like you can get
Because
one a
it's
week.
going to wear off. If they were smart, they'd understand that the novelty, even if the person was abusing it, it's going to wear off. Like when you go to an
Yeah.
all-inclusive resort and it's all you can drink drinks, and you just order drinks, you're leaving them on the counter. You know, you leave them in the microwave in the hotel room. You
I
go in the
don't like
bathroom.
this.
You leave one outside. You leave them everywhere. It wears off. And then eventually you just order a couple of drinks.
But those Pasta Pass people with Olive Garden, they go nuts.
Pasta
some of them.
Pass?
Yeah, where you get the unlimited Pasta Pass. You buy it for $100 and you can eat pasta.
I've never heard of
You've
this.
never heard of that?
It sells out in
Pasta
like
Pass?
5 minutes
Yeah,
every
yeah.
year.
What's
Every-
a fucking pasta pass?
So Olive Garden did this thing about 4 or 5 years ago where they put it up online. They said, you can have as much pasta as you want for these 9 weeks. I think it was $100 for the card, and they sold out like instantly.
Can you take it to go?
I think you can take a little bit. to
Dine in
go.
only. I think.
Yeah, but I think you can take a little. Like
Yeah,
a,
but
like
can
a
I like
carton.
dine in only? They bring it to me. I take one bite and I'm like, full. And then I take it home.
No. You got to at least eat one plate, get the second plate, take a bite, then
That's how
take
you do it.
that plate home.
You're good.
But also,
Yeah.
you
Good.
get tired of this shit. The same thing with pasta and the pizza. Like, okay, but you get pasta or pizza for a year.
But
like,
don't you eat like the same salad every day?
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
You're right, man. Touche. In the show.
Plus one.
I mean, if you had free Publix salad for a year,
Yeah, you're right.
you'd
you're
kill
right.
it.
That would save him a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Have you approached Publix to be a sponsor?
I walked to
I tried to
Publix
talk to
three
the
times.
manager.
3 times I walked to Publix today. 3 times
Yeah.
I spent over $200.
Don't talk to the person at the deli counter. They
No,
have
we know the manager.
George,
No,
we know Jordan. We know
Jordan,
George, who's
yeah.
got a passion for culinary. I got a passion for culinary.
Building a salad bar for Tom.
We know everybody at this pub. This is our fucking and they're getting a salad bar next week.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and
We want
Wednesday.
to invite Jimmy to come over for the Super Bowl Twitch show. We didn't tell you yet. Tell
Who,
him.
Jimmy?
No.
Jimmy who?
Our cashier today. Remember, he was asking us about the Super Bowl.
Oh, Haunted House Butler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haunted House
His
Butler.
name is Jimmy?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if you paid attention and cared about people, you
Rude,
know that.
Tom.
Well,
Oh,
I know the Haunted House Butler and the Minions. I don't know their names.
Fucking A. They have name tags.
Yeah, and they're
don't
nice.
look at
They're
it.
our friends. Why you gotta be? Why you
I'm
gotta?
not mean to him.
Sounds like more of an acquaintance.
Yeah.
Tom's not friends with anybody.
No, he's not even friends with me.
No. Barely. A little bit. You get invited over.
Yeah.
He hates my.
I'll pour my heart out to this guy in a text message. He'll be like, thumbs up emoji.
I don't know how to do that. That's a lie.
You don't know how to give a thumbs up emoji?
I don't.
Crystal, handle this text for me.
It's a smiley face, but still has the dash as the nose.
Exactly.
No.
I can't handle this text. I'm too busy pushing this poop out of the grass onto the cement with a stick.
Is it 6:30 yet, Crystal?
All right, let's get out of here. Busdecker, plug your book.
You can buy a copy of 100 Things to Do in Orlando Before You Die. Also, follow Hungry Florida Man on Facebook.
Dig it.
Yeah.
Sabrina, let's plug the voting real quick.
Thank you. Watermark, they're doing Wave Awards. It's open until February 15th. Go and vote for someone who makes your heart pitter-patter.
Aw.
And then if they don't, just vote for me.
Oh.
It's Semantics 2-year anniversary tonight.
You coming out, bro? Come with me. Uber with me.
Irish pub.
If I swing by your house and pick you up, will you go with me?
Here's the problem.
He doesn't do anything that supports
What do you mean,
me.
here's the problem? Your wife can handle the boys? Come on.
Well, the problem is I'm leaving my wife for the Super Bowl.
I thought that was going to get really
I'm leaving my wife this afternoon.
She's at home in a coffin with 25 pills on it. I put some bananas in there. She's fine.
So she didn't know I was doing the Super Bowl cast until yesterday.
That's your
No,
fucking
this
fault,
is your
man.
fault.
Well, I didn't
We
tell
were
her.
talking about
but
this
why,
for 2 weeks.
honestly, man, you wait to the last minute for shit and he fucks us all up. You should be supporting your producer by going to support her podcast
That's
2
fine.
years.
He didn't come to my wedding. He doesn't come to my birthday.
There'll be enough
he doesn't
people
invite
there.
me to his house. He
No,
doesn't come
I'll
support my
take the
show.
attention
he
away.
Won't come on
you
my
will not
podcast.
take the attention
Yeah, but when I
away.
walk in, everybody's like, oh, we'll talk to Tom.
Are you
And then
hearing?
I'll tell
Are you
them.
hearing the? You've all heard of passive aggressive. Are you hearing the aggressive coming out of her?
No, that's fine. I'm trying to help the event, like I said.
Listen, I will go. Just let me borrow that polo, and I'll walk.
Oh, that's a good
house.
Oh, you
idea.
gotta
Oh, yeah.
represent.
I'll
yeah.
walk into your house. I'll put my hair
Tamburina.
up, and I'm like, Crystal, like,
No,
what do
the
you
thing
ask?
is you-
Why,
you-
why were you
No.
channeling Fred
Hold
Sanford
on.
there?
To
You're
be-
like, Elizabeth, I'm coming.
To be Tom, you completely ignore Crystal and just stare at your phone all night.
How dare you?
You played Monster for about an hour with your kids, and then you stare at your phone.
Oh, I'm gonna give him broccoli.
Are you really?
vegetarians.
And I am guilting you right now. Are you really prepared to be the boss who never supports your coworkers?
I support. I'm just plugged the
It
event.
doesn't feel
No, but
good.
you need to go and show up.
One more person. How about if I get a person to go in my
No, in your
place?
steed? No, it doesn't
Samantha.
work like that.
This guy will do it.
Tom with the Jensen office.
There you go.
And why do you guys have to be together all the time?
What, me and my wife? Yeah. I don't know. That's her rule. I don't want to do it.
She's a really nice lady. I like her stuff on Instagram.
Throwing poop around right now as I speak.
Samantha, your event tonight, what time is it?
It starts at 7 p.m. McGinty's Irish Pub. It's in South Orlando on South Orange Ave. Check it out. I know Tom won't be there, but it's
Maybe
fine.
I'll show up.
Oh, yeah.
He wants it to be a surprise and not too many people.
Yeah. If I say I'm going to, the McGinty shuts down.
Yeah,
Hey, can we help out
capacity.
Ernie? How can we help Ernie?
We'll post it in the BDM page. I've posted it on my personal page and in the Semantics group.
She's dealing with some medical bills.
Yeah, Ernie Padishall. We're going to post it on all the pages again. So if you want to donate, you can donate straight there.
My wife's being an old bitch. She says, I can watch my stories tonight while Daniel's out.
What stories does she watch?
She watches all those dumb British shows
Oh, my
like
wife
Victoria.
loves
Yeah,
those.
they're great.
Oh, she loves
look,
them.
I shit on them, but when I watch them, I'm like, wow, that was like really well done.
My wife is like, "Hey, let's watch." I'm like, "All right," and then she's already 5 episodes.
You don't
in.
like 'em? I think
like
they're great.
'em, but she's halfway in. She's
They're
like,
all
"Oh,
great.
sit down
Every
and
time
watch."
look, I'm a full transparency. I shit on them. My wife, she's like, watch them. And I go in, I watch it, I go, this is a solid movie. It's like a movie,
Oh, yeah.
like the BBC, they do it right, or
They're all kind of the same.
or the
though.
PBS one.
It's all kind of the same story, though.
Well, it's history. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We better end soon because I gotta negotiate with the
Okay.
owner of this place to get us.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
take a
hey,
little longer.
Hey, you want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
Let's leave it a fucking cliffhanger. So
We may have to
the
leave.
guy that owns this building comes in and he's like, your lease is up. And I'm like, no, it's not. I got it right here. It says that we need to be, we signed a 2-year deal and we'll be out of here by January 31st, 2019. And he's like, yes, that's what I know. I go, no, 2019. And he's like, yes, that's what I'm saying. You're stupid American. I'm like,
Shit.
oh, shit. And we're kind of fucked. And
Nah, we're fine. I'm gonna negotiate.
I mean, it's
with
gonna
him.
take.
Strong already.
have them look right at the carpet and be like, "Do you want to?"
Yeah, that's
Who's gonna move in here?
Tom, maybe you can challenge him in a toe war.
Toe war. Winner gets to
never
stay.
do that.
You
No.
got good toes.
Use your right foot, not your left foot. Your left foot, your wiping foot.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's get out of here.
Yeah.